afternoon, good morning to some. Welcome to this year's it's not this year's eighth annual, but this year's Resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs. It's our eighth annual Resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs online intention setting party extravaganza. You are
She got it.
here. Yeah, no, I remember. It's the eighth annual, so I'm used to it. But I just have to kind of refresh. But yes, this is our eighth annual Resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs online intention setting party extravaganza. This is the place where we turn your resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs, into I was gonna say tiny, clear intentions. Tiny,
Big giant
intentions. And there's many reasons why we do so, and that will, I'm sure, come up throughout the course of the night. I'm sure Stephen will say a couple of words about that, but yes, this is like spiritual workout style, turning your goals, resolutions, possibly your intentions if you've been with us for quite a bit.
Your hopes, your wishes, your dreams,
wishes,
goals
dreams,
and objectives, aspirations.
Exactly. All of it. Prayers, all of it. All your requests, your divine requests, all of that. We turn that into shiny, clear intentions, spiritual workout style. I have right next to me Stephen Morrison. He's the creator, founder of Spiritual Workout. This is the spiritual workout. I mean, for folks who are subscribers, they know what we're all about here. But yeah, we have, this is our annual event. This is our supercharged intention setting event here. It happens every year. And we just are so happy that all of you came here to join us for this supercharged intention setting extravaganza. How are you today, Stephen?
I am fired up and ready to go. Excuse me, when we were just coming on, I was doing a little last minute administration, but I'm really super excited. This is a fun night for me anyway, in the spiritual workout world. And I want to start with a special hello to anybody who is brand new here tonight.
Absolutely.
Wandering into spiritual workout world for the very first time. You are my highest priority. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you. The event is underway now, Linda. You are in it. We are on it.
Yes.
And thank you, Delilah, for, as always, for everything you do to make spiritual workout online happen and hum. It wouldn't happen without Delilah. So this is an opportunity to just thank you publicly and say hello to who's here. Karina's here. Hi, Karina. Happy New Year. Linda is here. Alta. Hi, Alta is a new person in spiritual workout world this year. And anyway,
Arman
is here. Yeah.
Yes, we have. Let's see. Hey, Christy, Sarah, Linda, Michael, John, Karina. I see Alta's here.
Yeah, Michael is new and Sarah is new. Welcome, John Galt. We're going to find out who John Galt is. And really and truly, this is the most fun part for me. I mean, every single drop-in we do during the year, every single clinic we do during the year, it's always a great pleasure to welcome new people. That's what we're all about. And welcoming new people on Resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs is even more fun.
Here, this is such a great start to your adventure into spiritual workout world.
Yeah, so why do you say that, Delilah?
I would say that among so many different things, like our concepts, we, adhere to 15 concepts to help us work out whatever issues we have going on, to live life more consciously, more intentionally. But I would say that the thing that really moves a lot of folks, we have our drop-in, we have our EFT tapping clinic every Tuesday, every Wednesday, our intention setting clinic. And I find that while, yes, so many people get so much out of our drop-ins and really learning how to apply the 15 concepts that we adhere to. And of course, so many people who learn about EFT tapping find it to be just a blessing that they've, a game changer.
Hmm.
But I would say that the thing that seems to be most, for lack of a better word, accessible, most like beginner friendly would
Hmm.
be intention setting.
Yeah.
I think, in terms of virtual workout world,
Hmm.
um, I feel like it would be intention setting because it's just like, one, really doubling down on this idea that we do have a say in our lives.
Hmm.
Okay. That we are co creators here. That's what we believe here. We're co creators. We're co creating with the universe, God, whatever you want to call that almighty, that we're co creating with source, something that's beyond the mind here. And we use our minds in this co-creating activity that we do here.
Hmm.
But yes, I would say that the intention setting clinic, our intention setting perspective here is probably one of the most powerful and probably one of the most beginner friendly, just
Hmm.
because we know, and even though you may wanna steamroll over it, but we know that everyone wants something. They want meaningful, core desired things out of life, and, even if you think that, "Oh, I don't know what I want, I don't know,"
Or they
we know.
want a Mercedes in their garage.
Right,
That
right.
is,
We know everyone wants something out of their lives, some things out of their lives. And so that's why I say this is probably, um, for any beginners to spiritual workout land, this is probably like the best introduction to what we do
yeah,
here. So,
yeah.
hi, Karen.
Hi,
Uh,
Dwight. Welcome,
Dwight.
welcome.
We have some old
John
friends
Galt is present.
here.
Sarah Vincent. Hi from Calgary. Hi, Sarah. Welcome aboard. All right.
Excellent.
So, Delilah, are we under control here? Do people know what we're doing?
No, so what I wanna do is I wanna go over just a couple of, some instructions here,
Yes.
just to make sure everyone is on board, and on the same page as to how this is all going to work,
Okay.
um, technically, and then,
Yeah.
just what we do here. While I do that, do you want me to toggle you
No,
off?
but I also, on the back end of that, I also just want to put it out there. I'd love to have our first, second, third people that we know want to come up so that we have that queue going and we can just go from one to the other. Because
I will
that's
go
really,
through that,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So no, 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 that's fine 'cause,
She's not
there's
always here.
because there are folks here who are familiar with how we work here. But yes, we're just going to reiterate for everyone to be
I'll
on the
shut
same.
up now.
All right. So the way this all works, technically, if you have a goal, intention, goal, resolution, prayer, hope, wishes, anything that you want to turn into shiny, clear intentions, please submit your request to come up on stage. That's what we call where Stephen and I are right now is the stage. Please submit that where you see the question mark in the speech bubble right on the right hand side of the screen if you're on a computer. If you're on a mobile device, that question mark in that speech bubble is going to appear on the bottom of the chat area if you're on a mobile device. From there, just say, hi, I want to come up. Hi, I want to come up. Or if you have some goals, resolutions that you already have in mind that you want to cover, you can even put that in there as well. We're going to start. We just ask that folks, once you submit that request, we will send you an invite once you're up in the queue. We will send you an invite to come on screen. It's going to ask for access to your camera and mic. Just say
You got you,
yes,
Dwight.
and you will be connected from there. One thing that we ask is that for anyone who plans on coming on screen, we're going to be splitting the screen. You will be splitting the screen here with Stephen. So we just ask that folks to eliminate any kind of echoes or audio feedback, that you have some headphones, earphones on, or at least on standby, just in case you do run into any of those audio issues. Lastly, all spiritual workout drop-ins, clinics, extravaganzas, events, workshops, they're all recorded and will be ready to view as soon as we end here. We don't know what time we're going to end here. We plan on getting through everyone's resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs, turning them into tiny, shiny, clear intentions. What is going on with the tiny? Shiny, clear, not tiny. These are huge. Shiny here. Tiny, clear intentions. So we don't know
What's in that glass you have?
Sorry. Yes, folks. This is a place
Early
where
start?
this is celebratory. This is the place where we bring our libations, our apple cider, mocktails, coffee, whatever it is that you want that's gonna, make this a festive, lighthearted, and yet very impactful, very powerful, supercharged experience here. So yes, with all that said, we have this all recorded. It will come back. It will, once we are done here, the recording will pop up right after we're done here, automatically, right where you see myself and Stephen on screen. And if you want to take a look at it at a later time at your convenience, you can do so by using the same link used to join this extravaganza. Okay. Hopefully that was clear for everyone. I see we already have Linda is on board. She's going to start us off.
And then Dwight.
And Dwight is
beautiful.
Well, no, I have Christy.
Oh.
I have Christy, but Dwight, I'll get you in, Dwight, from the chat.
Top three. We got 3.
Happy to step up. There you go. Okay. Let me just get this going. And while I do that, let's get Linda on.
Let's get Linda on. Okay. So again, hi to everybody, and especially to you new folks like Sarah and John and Alta. This is kind of new, and Michael, and yeah, it's good to see you guys.
So yes, anyone who wants to follow Linda, Christy, and Dwight, please submit a request to come on screen. You see that's the question mark in that speech bubble, and we will get you from there. Hi, Linda. Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year. Hello.
Hi. Twice in 1 month?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm happy to be here.
Happy to
realize, I realized yesterday that this is important, and even though I'm on vacation, I'm calling in from a hotel room.
I'm quite an honor.
I'm like, I made time for this because I'm like, this is important, and I want to be very intentional. So I made time, and I'm here.
Beautiful. Welcome as always. Yeah. So what are you cultivating intention-wise? What would you like to discuss intention-wise, if anything?
Yeah, my intention for 2024 is to live free without anxiety. Like, this is my year where I'm just like, I've had
okay, so I'm going to pounce right on you right there. If you're living without anxiety, because we don't bring negatives into our intention, what are you living? How are you living?
Living carefree. I'm living calm, confident. I'm living in the present.
Does that feel different to you to say it that way?
I'm like living. I'm in alignment. I am. Yeah, it is kind of a little, or I'm kind of wondering, like, what is like a really good way to say, like, without anxiety? Just like,
I think you're doing it well.
Yeah.
So now my question to you is, so you first said living without anxiety or living anxiety
Mhm.
free, and then I pounced.
Mhm.
Said, how
Yeah.
can we phrase that? So can you feel at all any kind of qualitative difference between I'm living without anxiety and I'm living in the present? I'm living without anxiety and I'm living in alignment. I'm living without anxiety and I'm experiencing calm.
Yeah, because it's like more than just like feeling calm or whatever. It's like yeah, living with ease, like always knowing and trusting, like,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. Knowing that everything is always going to work out and really like embodying that, because I always know that everything's going to work out,
So
but like logically, but I'm still like, my body's all right,
right, and that's
um,
where the juice is for the workout part of what we
yeah.
do. So where are you in the process of this intention? Karina's saying secure. That's another way to say it.
Secure. Mm-hmm.
In other words, have you yet written words out on a piece of paper, or more specifically on a spiritual workout intention setting worksheet?
I did actually, before I left on this trip, I did write down like my intention for 2024.
The one we're
Hmm.
talking about.
The one we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it rough draft, middle drafts, or is it fully done, not a syllable out of whack?
I don't have it with me, but it's probably like rough draft. Like it was my first draft. And it's
Okay.
really short because I was like, this is the year. This is the one thing, the one topic I'm gonna cultivate. I'm gonna focus on this.
Mhm.
Like this is where I'm like getting my body out of fight or flight and I'm
Mhm.
shifting into a default state of just, always, maybe not always not gonna be perfect, but like being more grounded and
Mhm.
trusting myself,
Yeah,
trusting the universe, God,
right.
all that.
Super, super good. So, do you have any particular questions for where you are right now?
Mm, I don't think I have any questions. Um, I just I just knew that I had to like make time and like be here today. Like
I
I wanted
appreciate
to
it.
like claim this. I wanted to say it
Good.
out loud, like cast this
Yeah.
positive spell. Like I was like I'm serious about this, like I'm serious, so I'm showing up, right? It's like
Yes.
I didn't like just write it in my
Yes.
notebook. Like I'm here and I'm telling the world, I'm telling the universe, God, this is what I want. This is what I want.
I'm. You are. This is exactly why we're here. Exactly why we're here. So what's going on with Linda is this isn't a brand new idea. She's been thinking about it for some time. I don't know how long. You tell me.
A long
And then
time.
came in recently, started to say, okay, let's just buckle down here and really make this an intention to live a life of calm and peace and trusting and presence and alignment, all things that have nothing to do with the A word, right? So where she is in the process is she didn't just start it. She's obviously seriously committed to it. So what I would just throw out based on what you've said is keep going. Everybody needs to hear this. So, you hang out with spiritual workout for a while, and I'm going to be insistent on one thing. I only get really insistent on one thing, and it's putting words down on paper for intentions, right? It's not the entirety of the project of setting intentions, but without it, it is really, really challenging to stay aligned with it, to continue to cultivate it, to embody it, and see it through to fruition. So where Linda is in this moment is it's time to really buckle down on that. Take everything she's been thinking and talking about, coming here and doing what she just said. I just need to commit to it. I want to say it publicly. That is a version of embodying the intention. It's an example of an intention being shiny and clear and at the ready. And in this particular case, and theoretically it can be the case for all of us all the time, she's absolutely committed to this today. This is a non-negotiable. She said the magic words, I want to create a new default in my system. So if up until now, however, why ever, my default has been, and I've been prone to anxiety, I'm sick and tired of it. Now I want something else. I want to get to the place where my default is alignment. My default is presence. My default. That's what she's saying. So what I'm saying to you, Linda, keep going. Get that all down on paper, not a syllable out of whack, and then continuing all the different ways that any of us have for embodying our intentions. So Delilah, it occurs to me, I'm talking about the worksheet. Maybe you can throw up that link we have. So we have a link right here that Delilah, I think, will come up with that just takes you to a hidden page on our site. You can just download, there it is. You can download the intention guide so that you have some sense of what we're talking about. What else, Linda? Did that?
Yeah,
accurate?
I love your summaries. They're always like spot on.
Oh, good. Well, there you answered my question.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. This is a non-negotiable. Like that's why I'm here. Like I wouldn't, like normally when I'm on vacation, I'm out doing activities or whatever it is I'm doing, going out to dinner, whatever it is. But I'm like, no, like this is non-negotiable for 2024. Like I want to look back like years from now and be like, damn, I'm so glad that like I did this, and wow, like I can't believe I used to be like that, right? Or like I was kind of having those thoughts today. I'm like, man, wouldn't it be so nice to like look back or reflect and be like, wow, like yeah, I used to be like that, I used to live like that, and like I'm, things are so much better now. Like I'm so glad that I feel the way I do now, or that I live the way I do now.
Really,
or like that was life-changing, right? Like
yes, exactly. And what Linda's talking about is how I describe the business that I'm in. I'm in the business of human transformation. I used to be anxious, and now I'm not. I used to live most of my life in some form of fight and flight and anxiety and stress. And now I don't. That is human transformation. That is available to all of us. That, I'm happy to say, is my business. That is my job. I get to be a witness to and help people find their way to whatever it is in their lives that they want to transform. And this is not the only way to do it, but it is a guaranteed wonderful way. So really, really good. I want to ask you one more thing. Kind of go back to. So just hold the ideas of alignment, of presence, of calm, of wholeness, of unity, and tell me one or two or three feelings that come to mind or come to your heart.
like a deep sense of calm.
Deep calm. Say again.
Peace, trust. Security.
Beautiful. So the reason that I asked Linda to go into that space was to see what she's feeling, right? So when we're feeling things like what she just said, we know we're in alignment. So her intention is to feel those things. Her intention is for alignment, like we've been saying, for presence, right? And she starts to think about that, and the feelings that are thus conjured, or that are byproducts of those, feel good. So listening to inspiration goes hand in hand, as we all know, with our intentions. Here's my intention, right? Am I aligned with it or not? Well, I was yesterday, but now I'm over here. Now I got it right. And so we're always feeling our way back into it. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but that's a critical part. And it tells us that we're on the right path. So, shall we toast your new way of being? That is
Yes, my new way of
all
being.
about calm and all about presence and all about
Trusting.
alignment and
Yeah,
trusting.
alignment.
Well, here's to all of that, Linda.
That's the new me.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to my.
Cheers. We'll cheers for you.
Yes, thank you.
JJ's in the house. Linda.
Hi, JJ.
Linda, you are on it. Hey, Nicole. Hi, JJ. Linda, fantastic.
Yes. And Linda, take me as an example of somebody who's definitely shifted when it comes to the A word.
The A word, exactly.
Yeah.
I know, exactly. So I really appreciate your story last time. That really helped me. And
yeah. I'm telling
really
you, I've experienced a lot of what you've spoken that you've experienced. I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, like the body stuff, but it's possible.
Yes.
It's possible.
Absolutely.
All right. Stay in touch, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Really and truly.
All right.
Apple cider, people. Apple cider.
I don't have apple cider.
One year I'm going to let it run and see what happens.
Christy, we have you on board here. While we get Christy on stage, we had a couple of folks come in who have joined us since Linda came on. So just wanted to reiterate that if you do have any, okay. We'll send that again. Sorry, folks. Yes. So just to reiterate, if you do want to come on stage, right where you see myself and Stephen on screen, and turn your goals, resolutions, Happy New Year, goals, resolutions, prayers, wishes, hopes, whatever you may want to call it. If you want to turn them into shiny, clear intentions, spiritual workout style with Stephen on here on board, feel free to submit that where you see that question mark in that speech bubble toward the right-hand side of the screen. If you're using a computer, if you're using a mobile device, it will appear on the bottom of the chat. So we have a couple of people in the queue. If you want to get on the queue here, please do that now. If you know you want to get on here, you can just say, hey, I want to come up, or you can even write whatever it is that you want to turn into a shiny, clear intention. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Christy. Hi.
Thanks, Delilah. Hey, Christy.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
You thought you got rid of me?
Never.
I don't know why you would think that.
Well, you know. You've been living in other spaces. You might be done with.
Things have been, December has been, all 5D December was very different than all 5D November, I'll tell you that much. However,
yes,
there are two really interesting things that have happened in the last week that are leading me to this intention, which are going to help me write.
Okay.
Right. So first of all, the remote job is like right here. Like I had the interview, and in the interview, the second interview, and she was saying like, she kept saying like, well, in this role you'll be doing this, in this role you'll be doing, and then she'd be, oh, I mean, if you're selected for this role, I'm like, bitch, you already selected me clearly, like, because you have to retract what you're saying to keep it PC, like. So then she told me like, okay, can I get your references? I was like, sure. And then she said, well, are any of these people your supervisor? Because you're a finalist, so I need to speak to your supervisor. And I'm like, you already selected me. Like we know. So then Friday, I emailed her and I was like, so do you have everything you need? She's like, oh yeah, I talked to your supervisor yesterday. So like the interview was Wednesday. Like she's moving aggressively. you know, so I'm like, a job offer is imminent. And so
And let's
we could
just
talk.
say, for those of you who don't know Christine, Christy has intended for this type of job. Is that a good way to say it?
A
For,
remote position, yes,
yeah,
for a while.
it didn't just show up in her life, by the way. That's all I'm saying.
No. And there are plenty of other interviews still happening as well. So even if it's like not this, it's like that's fine. There's a bunch, like a lot has been percolating. So now that that's kind of like done, thank you. Also, you know, I've continued to work on, I guess, limiting beliefs and stuff about myself. And over the last week, really, I had this very interesting experience of feeling like I am enough, but in my body. Like I know that's a conceptual idea. Like I know this. Yes, we
Yeah.
are all enough, right? But like for the first time, I felt that like in my body, and I was like, "What is this?"
Can you describe how you knew that's what you were feeling?
Because I had therapy on Friday, and we were continuing to work on the idea. Would you? I don't know if you call it a limiting belief or both, like a thought process, but like sort of the core memory of having my father tell me at a very young age at like a party, like stop being shy. And so what I took from that at 4 years old or something was like, so the way I am is not okay.
Right.
I don't know how to be a different way because this is how I am. So now for some reason, attaching this idea that like what you say and do is about me. And then I apply that to everybody. And so in my life, anytime anything happens, I always have that same, well, if I mattered, they wouldn't do this. If I meant
Yes,
more,
that's
they would do
familiar
this.
to me. Right.
And so we have been working a lot on the concept of like I am I and they are they. I am I and they are they. Like what they do is what they do. You
Hmm.
are sovereign being, you're good enough, you're this or that. Like they're not connected to your value and worth. And again, knowing that like here, dismantling the mechanism to where I'm not still taking that personally, we just tapping different types of tap, right? That's bilateral tapping. We do EFT tap. I've just been tapping on that for a
Good.
long time.
Is
But
that belief has come up here
yeah,
some time ago?
it's been a long journey. So all of a sudden, it was just like Friday we had the therapy. I kept tapping on that and I kind of just kept tapping on like I'm enough, using all of these things to keep triggering me to like and then all of a sudden it was like I just started to feel from like my chest like this sort of like a tree trunk, you know, like cool,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm 41. I'm like, this is the first time I've experienced. So it's hard for me to explain.
Well, no, I appreciate you've already said enough. I didn't expect you to be able to necessarily articulate it. You did a great job. Fantastic. And it really speaks to, among everything else, the importance of addressing what's in our body below the tip of the iceberg, which is 90-ish% of all of it, and the subconscious. So what Christy's saying, as I'm hearing it, is, this has been going on for a while, all different ways to kind of attack it, really did. And then it finally reached her at that level where she could literally feel it. How could she feel it? Because it lives in the body.
And it's so
It
different
changes in the
because,
body when I'm not good enough is perfectly fine or whatever it was, that you can feel it. That's amazing. That's so cool.
and it starts to make sense relationally, like, well, why I've been the way I've been. Because it's like, well, of course, if you can't resource that from within and all your validation is tied up in how other people's behavior is, then you're constantly scrambling and trying to, cling and whatever. And like, it just kind of feels like I can like let that go right now in a way that's different. Like I'm literally like, oh well, the universe is going to take care of my dating life. That's cool. I'm not actually interested in dating right now. I really want to grow this to something like that's my new default, super super solid. And I don't really want to date because I'm like, well, that's going to distract me from that, because then you get focused on this instead of like, I'm working on this. So, but it's not just like, oh, I'm not doing this because I'm like more in this space of like, well, the universe will take care of that. I
Right.
can focus on this right now.
Exactly.
So my knowing that that's like the backstory is like, okay, this is taken care of. The universe has got that handled. I'm already loved. I'm enough. It kind of is like being like, so now your job, 2024, like your job is to do what gives you joy as much as possible. And so now I need to write the intention for that because I don't know, first of all, is it like joy is my default or is it living joyfully? Like, what's the name of this? And then we'll start.
Well, what do you want? What does it look like
Um,
to you at this point? I know it's fledgling at this point, but
it's fledgling. It says, what brings you joy today? That's the assignment, like
I
2024.
find joy in every day. I experience joy. Every day makes me slightly nervous, but do what you will. I experience
I
joy.
can say daily because
Yeah.
it doesn't mean all day, it could be part of the day,
Well,
right?
and maybe it will be all day, so I don't want to limit anybody by any stretch. So,
So
yeah.
I
So,
guess the
what is it
question,
about? Go ahead.
so for this intention, because my marching orders were, well, if everything is taken care of for you, the job is already done, the relationships are done, whatever it is you want, like we're handling it.
Hmm.
All you have to do is focus on bringing yourself joy every day. I'm trying to figure out, like, do I write this intention as like, okay, I have now been living in joy for 200 days, 375 days, 800 days, and this is now what it's like? Or am I writing this intention as like, well, if this is what my marching orders were, what brings you joy? Like, I am how I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to like, it's already been done. I have found a way to live joyfully, and now this is what it looks like.
That's an easy question, and you already answered it
I
because you
said a bunch of
used
things.
you used the dreaded word.
How? Oh, so that's where like the process isn't going to be helpful. Like, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this. That's the how.
Well, we always want
Oh,
to find some examples, but that's different from micromanaging how it's all going to happen. So when you start
so it's
saying,
already
"I'm
happened.
experiencing more and more joy all the time in my life on a daily, uh, on the daily, I'm experiencing joy.
Okay.
I'm building my joy muscle. I'm receiving it more and more. I'm experiencing it more and more. It's such a natural, normal part of my life. It's such a it's a feeling that is so much more comfortable and
Mm,
normal and dynamic,
okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay. So I hear kind of what you're saying, but I feel like those are still like in the process type. So like if I'm
Tell me what you
telescoping
mean
to
by
like,
process.
say what
Yeah.
now?
Tell me, tell me what you're meaning by process right here.
So like when you say, I think you said like, I'm experiencing more joy every day, or I'm strengthening my joy muscle, like that's still in the middle. Like I'm still in instead of on the other side of like, now that's done. Like we have finished the mechanism and this is where
Mhm.
I'm at. So like saying
I
I
see
am
what you mean.
strengthening my joy muscle means it's not fully strengthened. So
I
that's what
got
like,
you.
am I writing it from the place of like it's fully
Yeah.
developed?
So do you have a sense of what you and your life will look like when you are,
No.
yeah.
No, but that's where that's why we're writing this. But I'm hearing as we're doing this in the process. So all I have right now is I'm joyful every day, and now I'm hearing
Are you
like
joyful or are you experiencing joy? Or is it all the same thing to you?
I think that's the same. I'm a joyful and experience joy. I'm like annoyingly happy. That's what I'm gonna write down, right? Like I annoy other people because I'm so happy.
I'm one of those
And
people who
okay, so I'm annoyingly happy. I'm one of those people who I
who
don't want to say Pollyanna because I'm definitely still a real person. But if
I'm,
I am,
I am seen as somebody who,
ah, uh, rose-colored glasses, right? Like I see the world through rose-colored glasses.
I'm
Is that
seen
a
as somebody who's super positive, who always has a nice word, who's always smiling, who's always, I don't know.
I am
So
annoyingly
hear what
happy?
Christy's doing, you guys. So one thing is I'm intending for more joy, to experience more joy and to be more joyful. So where I was starting was, well, let's just start with that. I'm experiencing more joy, more fun. And what Christy's saying is, no, I want to go beyond that. The intention of the intention, which is very often what we find ourselves poking around in and looking into. It's not at all uncommon for somebody to come into spiritual workout for us to be quote unquote working on an intention and realize that the real intention that needs to be created is beyond the intention that the person was starting to create. An example, a quick example is, my intention is to get this job. Well, why? What do you want that job for? Because it pays this amount of money. Is that the only reason you want it? Well, yeah, it's a lateral move, but it's more money. So I want the job. The intention is the job. I would probably argue with that person and say, I think your intention is for what your life is like when you have that salary. And they're like, well, let's play around with that. You have that salary. Now what's your life like? Start there. So sometimes that makes a lot of sense to do. And that's kind of what Christy's saying she wants to do here. She wants to go to the place where it's already fully happening. Did I get that right?
I don't know. Because I'm trying to, I was going to write, life has never been this good, but then there's a negative. So I was trying to figure out how do I say that?
Life
Not the
is
negative.
life is new and different. It's bigger and better than anything I ever imagined.
Ooh, I like that.
Now, you guys, for anybody who's playing along and is just the first time, when we set intentions and we go back and forth in a conversation and I throw out words or somebody else does, it's for the person whose intention it is to say, yeah, sort of like that, or exactly that, or no, that's not it. You know, we're just spitballing here. So sometimes it's very common for people to be like, oh yeah, that I want that too for me. And then, you know, I'm not here to tell anybody what they should want. That's the bottom line here.
Just really quick, I know this is going to sound crazy, but maybe because there's just a bunch of other people here. Like, I still don't know. We've talked about this, about like me being able to see energy. And I'm just like curious if anyone else here sees this. But the other day, I was in my bedroom and it was, I think, pretty early in the morning. I had like turned around and it was like the floor was just completely like buzzing, lit up. I usually see it like on the walls, where everywhere, but for whatever reason, particularly that day, it was like the floor was just, they talk about like the floor is lava, that game. It was like the floor is just completely like twinkling lights move, and I was like, it was so intense, and I was just like, literally, you can see it. Everything is energy. Like the floor, like you're standing here, and the floor is freaking just glowing. And like, when are you gonna just decide to accept it and then use it? You know? But I can't see that because there's a thing. Yeah, okay, everything is energy. So yes, that's what I'm saying. But like, I
And
can see it.
vibrating in different places, and different ones of us can tune in to different layers of it, and all of us can increase our capacity.
So I think seeing it still, it just kind of like keeps reminding me,
Do you
like,
have a
look,
question as
Well, I
to
was gonna
whether
say how
other
many other people can see it. I just was
has anybody
curious.
seen energy the way Christy's talking about it?
Because I thought that's just how eyeballs worked. And I think it was here when you were like, no, I don't see that. I was like, what? Oh, that's not just.
Well, and that's where you talk to any kind of psychic readers, energy readers, whatever, and they all tell you when they're 4, 5, 6, 8 years old, that's what it's like. It's like, I thought everybody's seen this. And then they discover nobody else is, and then they shut it down very often. Jordan's in the house. Hey, Jordan.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Carla. Hey, Carla. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. Nobody else has said yes, so I don't know if that means no.
I guess not. No
I
takers
just was
yet.
like,
You're the only one.
here, I'm sure there's others. Because it's still like, what good is this power? Like, it doesn't do me, like, okay, I can see it. I can do anything with it, you know?
Well, that will likely come. You know, if it's interesting to you, you can just cultivate that. You can intend to continue to grow. You can ask your guides for guidance and assistance and
Oh, I should
information.
resurrect this. I like this. I don't remember where this went, but I'm gonna resurrect this. Life is so good. I should have my own theme music.
Yes, I remember that.
No, I have my own theme music.
There you go.
I actually already have a song. I have
Yeah.
my own theme music, and I want to say, and I dance.
I'm always dancing to my own theme music.
Life is so good. I have my own theme music, and always dancing to it.
You'll,
Okay.
you'll find those words.
Yeah, well, this is draft 1. So, okay, so all I have right now is I'm joyful every day. I'm annoyingly happy. I see the world through rose-colored glasses. I'm always smiling. Living feels so fun and amazing. Life is bigger, better, and more enjoyable than it's ever been. Life is so good. I have my own theme music, and I'm always dancing to it.
It feels like a first draft.
Yeah.
Got the ideas in there. We'll find a way. We'll do more.
Okay.
For sure.
All
How are you
right.
feeling about it?
It feels like it's missing something. That it's the first draft.
In the feeling place?
Not so much in the feeling place, but that just like for what I want it to look like it's missing, like the cherry on top. It's
I was
missing.
just going to say, I think between now and the next time we chat, or as you're iterating this, look for examples, whether they're fictional or real life people you know, or scenes you've seen in movies or TV shows, where you've seen that person. That might help you.
The avatar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that helps. I need to look for an avatar. So Alta feels energy coursing through her body. She wants the floor to sparkle. It's just definitely a neat thing because then it reminds me everything's energy. Look, you can see it. All you have to do is telescope what you want.
And so
vibrationally.
Alta is showing us that we're all going to experience energy, especially metaphysical, beyond our 5 senses, in different ways. There might be some of us that do it the exact same way, but more likely it's going to be all of us doing it in different ways. And the way we do it today is likely going to evolve. So that's just seems to be the way it works. And so, but what Alta's saying here is also very interesting. And somebody I think earlier today already, or recently in my past, is having the same experience. So people are wanting, and I'm talking about people who are actively wanting more of that metaphysical experience, whether it's just experiencing, reading, seeing, playing with energy that's beyond the 5 senses. Maybe it's the energy of a beloved pet or person who has died that we want to connect with. What I keep hearing from people is, well, yeah, I had this experience. And when you hear it, it's freaking incredible. It's clear and obvious that this person is connected to something that they have wanted to be connected to. And then what do they say? And I'm not accusing you of this, Alta, but it's in this direction. I want more. I want something else. Yeah, that was okay, but I want this. And then they get that and they want that, right? So how do we get more of what we want? Not by damning anything that's already here. Law of attraction's still always on. So really what we should be doing with these experiences is magnifying. Basic, good old spiritual workout magnifying practice, right? Oh my God, this thing happened. It's not at all what I was thinking about. I didn't think I was going to see floors moving around, but it's clear and obvious that
I
my
know.
ability to read energy is increasing. I'm really excited about this. I want more of this. If the floors can move, God only knows what else can happen, for crying out
I
loud.
wish I could
I-
explain to you what it looks like because it literally, I was opening my door to go let the dogs out, and it was like I turned around, I was like, my God, it's like being in the Matrix. That's what it looks like. You've seen the Matrix, right? You see all this stuff, and
Man.
I was like, fuck, man, this is so weird. Like if you have that, like out of like, I'm a video game. I'm just a player. I'm just a character in this game, and I turn around like, ah! But there's that part of me that's like, I still feel like it's so real. I still feel like Christy. It's like I'm not, right? I'm the more mortal spiritual being. And so when I see it, it just is like weird, like split reminder. And I'm like, well, if I can like, why don't I have the cheat codes for this stupid game then? You know what I
See
mean? Like
there, you're doing it. You're
that's
doing it.
right.
It's like,
That's right.
well, yeah, I saw the floor vibrating and that was fine, but now I want the codes. If it's fine. Want the codes. Just don't damn what already
I'm
happened.
not
Make a
dancing it. I'm not
deal
even.
out of what happened.
It's
And for
just
you too,
weird.
also, that is an intention to, I don't know, we'll talk about it, but to, read energy more, to be more metaphysical, to experience oneself, myself, as a multi-sensory being, which means I can live and operate beyond just the five senses. That's so much of what we talk about in our minds and doing this conscious practice as it is.
Okay. Well, I have my assignment. I think it will be helpful once I figure out an avatar that I can embody,
Yeah,
emulate.
I think it'll
That
help.
will help. Yeah.
So shall we toast to joy?
Right.
I'm happy to toast to joy. What do you got there? Anything good? You
San
come back tomorrow?
Pellegrino, tangerine, and wild strawberry fizzy water.
Right. Here's to joy for Christy and everybody else.
Joy.
Cheers.
Thanks so much. Really fun intention.
Also, just FYI for everyone, 2024 is numerology, a number. It's a year of abundance. 2023 was not.
Abundance of what?
Year of empowerment, time to step into your potential. Abundance flows more easily. This has a picture of money and lava throwing through a heart. So I don't know if that means love. And then it says stay away from power struggles. Instead, feel your infinite power. So this is supposed to be a year of great abundance.
All right.
2023 was a 7, was not an abundant year.
That's right. We're an 8. All right. And let me just say, again, to anybody who's new here tonight, here's Christy. She's a spiritual workout veteran, and she's starting from scratch with a new intention, what we do all the time. So thank you for that.
Should I terrify the people and say I've been here for 4 years? And not that we've had this intention, but just that, like, in general, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm enough in my body for the first time in my life, starting we started this in 2019.
Yes, but you were not only doing this, you have been tending to all manner of other belief systems, other experiences, this is what happens. The more intentional we get, the more intentions we have going. And the more intentions we have going, the more we see that, wow, this week, this one's really up and this is getting all my attention. And then 3 months go by and we haven't really paid much attention to that because the other ones have been flipping around. And then this other one goes. And then because everything is energy, at a certain point, they all start mushing together anyway. And then, so it's not at all uncommon to have an experience like that. Wow, I discovered this old belief or this set of beliefs 4 years ago. It's not new that I've been, I've grokked it up here and it hasn't down, and now it's down here. Well, okay. So it takes however long things take.
But at least now you can say, when I keep asking you, when do we hit bedrock, you'll remind me, like, well, you did. I finally hit like solid. I'm like, oh, nice. And has everyone just been walking around feeling this way? What the fuck? Like, and no one told me.
And I dare say, even though it's you and your body and your feelings, that it's unmistakable, that feeling.
It's the same way I can see energy. I'm like, wait, everyone's been feeling this way all this time? Why didn't anyone tell me?
Well, there are lots of answers to that question. But here you are now.
They're just like, this
Next
is
to
just
the
what
new
it
you.
feels like to know you're enough and be human. I'm like, well, it's new to me. Yeah,
Yes.
withholding, you know?
Right. Human transformation, my friends. Human transformation right there. Well,
You can
I,
get
I got to toast to joy one more time. Joy, joy, and more joy.
I
Petals in the house.
I did manifest that one. You're right, no biggie pedal, but I didn't
Remember that?
manifest that one.
Remember that one time?
I swear I still didn't do that one at all. That one.
That's the way they go. Some are super easy. I barely did anything. Others are like, it's been quite a while.
I came here, I was like,
And
ooh, this place is cute. I should live here. 3 months later, boom, house. I was like, what? I wasn't even looking for a house.
some of them are easy.
Right? Isn't
Some
that
of them
crazy?
are easy.
Well,
Thank you, Christy.
cheers to you, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. I will be right back.
All right, who is next in line here? We have Dwight. Perfect. All right, Dwight, I am sending you an invite. For anyone who just came here, who just joined us, if you like to follow everyone who's in queue, please submit your request to come on screen. Right where you see that question mark in the speech bubble on the right-hand side, if you're using a computer, it will show up on the bottom of the chat area if you are using a mobile device. That way we can get you in queue and get you on screen and turn your resolutions into shiny, clear intentions.
Is there a reason why our links don't show up as links in the chat?
They're hyperlinked though.
Oh, they are? So it's
They
just
are.
me?
They are. No, it doesn't look like they are, but they are. I
cool.
checked it out. Yeah.
Mr. Dwight.
Right.
Hello, Dr. Morrison. Hello, Delilah.
Nice to see you.
Very nice.
So
I missed last year's.
Yes, you did miss last year's, but you were sort of there in spirit, weren't you?
I think so, sort of.
Last year, I facilitated our SHMEZOLUTIONS from inside this man's home.
Right.
He was out of the country. No, he was in another.
Yes and no. Puerto Rico, out of the country, in the country. I'm not sure what Puerto Rico is. It is its own beast.
Territory.
What's that?
A U.S. territory.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anywho, nice to see you. And to follow up on Christy, I've been working with you well more than 4 years, and loving every year of it. But before getting the attention, sorry, and before getting to one of my 2024 intentions, I really love telling the story of some years into this. It had been a while when I really got, just deeply in all of my being, what the intention setting is about and how to really use it. And this took a while, but I really had fun sharing it a couple of years ago. So I will share this little story again. Yeah, it's at the heart of what I love about spiritual workout and so many things about all my collaboration with Stephen over the years. I had been working on a relationship intention, doing a fair bit of online dating, which I had found after divorce in the late 50s to be a really challenging way to learn how to in this world, but I threw myself into it. And one day, living in the East Bay in the San Francisco Bay Area, it was Saturday, I was taking a hike in Berkeley by myself in the Berkeley Hills, Tilden Park. And something had happened that morning or the night before. Somebody I'd maybe met once or had a phone call with. It was not there wasn't a major start to a potential new relationship. But someone had said no or turned me down in some way, shape, or form. And I found myself on this hike in this beautiful park and a beautiful day, just kept coming back to that disappointment and literally, I think, grinding my teeth and just and let me assure you, this was not a biggie. It wasn't like 5 dates or been going out for 6 or some such, you know, it might have been a funny thing in a phone call. And at some point, maybe because I looked around and realized how beautiful it was and how very unpresent I was being, I came back to my relationship intention. And really, I think I stopped, just felt it, saw all the beauty around me, really took it in, just felt it in every fiber of my being. Set off my hike again, resolute, 10 seconds, a minute later, I'm grinding my teeth again. I'm pissed at what this woman said or didn't said or did or didn't do. And I came back to the intention. And I more or less for much of the rest of that walk went through the same dance, but when I did, I would come back to the intention and really felt myself magnifying the intention. And I won't say it's been all smooth sailing since, for example, but I mean, Stephen and I had a good laugh about many things, but it sort of like took me long enough. But it was very powerful, very useful, and in fact, when 3.5 years ago I did meet a woman who I started a long-term relationship with, moved in together, Stephen would remind me even then to keep working with that intention as there were ups and downs and challenges and all the rest. Just keep coming back to that. That intention has not changed. It is the same. The images, the places I go to haven't changed, but remembering of it, and when I do, and the massive shift in energy that I experience when that happens is really powerful. And I do it with one of my key work intentions. So, any rate, I however long, and I hope all of you or many of you have come to that, grok that realization, perhaps quicker than me, but in one way, shape, or form, I just that was the moment where it all sort of came together in Stephen's teachings and his work with me, and it's been
Well, sorry. What I would add to that is, yeah, whatever you learn here in our conversations and whatnot, but nothing happens if you don't do it out there. So that day that Dwight caught himself in the rabbit hole of what isn't, the rabbit hole of what's not wanted, the rabbit hole of the old bullshit way of things always happening this way, the reason that day, even though we talked about intentions for however long before that, but the reason that he could that day make that switch, touch that place, feel that alignment, see the beauty all around him, is because he had that intention shiny and clear at the ready. He didn't just make it up. And however, whyever the stars aligned in that moment where he really grokked the movement of that intention from here to here, the embodiment of it, and the thus ability to realign with it, is because he spent some time writing it down and embodying it and getting to where it was shiny and clear at the ready in his system. He was out in the park. He wasn't looking through his file cabinet for that tattered piece of paper that had the intention on it. It was already there. So how long did he do that before that day? Who knows? It doesn't matter. Because when things happen in this world, ain't up to us. So not even an issue. Yes. And as we were saying with Christy, some things, big things happen super fast, and some, it's not about how fast they happen. It's about how quickly can we do what we have to do to get into alignment with what we say we want to be or do or have. And there's no right or wrong to any of that. It takes whatever time it takes. The other thing, well, never mind. Let's get into your ramble on.
Well, and I'll also just real quickly say that, as you well know, Stephen, probably prior to that, at least intellectually, I really grokked the focus on the what and not the how or the when. And I actually use that all the time in my work. I mean, I literally was as Stephen knows, I've had if I had a full December that started with 2 weeks in the Middle East in Dubai at the United Nations Climate Summit, and I talked a lot with people because I was sharing the vision for my organization, an awful lot about, I focus on the what. I don't worry myself about the how and the when.
Conscious entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
Right. Exactly.
Very good.
Yeah. So
What's up for tonight?
so the and you and I will be doing this soon enough one-on-one, but a biggie for this coming year with World Climate Core is attracting / bringing on a co-CEO to run this show with me. And very specifically, quite specifically, a human being who this is very clear to me, is quite quite different, opposite, complementary to yours truly. By that I mean most likely to be a woman, much younger than 65, probably younger than 50, very likely from Africa or India or Asia Pacific region, not the US or an OECD nation. Some with the kind of business chops I don't have, and a real successful track record in business, and particularly helping to manage global entities like what World Climate is going to be. So attracting that that absolute right, perfect person to join the team is a huge.
Yeah, I hear you. So where are we in the process? Are any words on paper yet, or it's just starting to formulate?
Not on paper yet, no.
Okay, fine. I just like to know where we are. So Dwight is talking about attracting in a particular person to fill a particular role. Right. It's not dissimilar to any artist or entrepreneur who works with clients, right? Who want to attract in certain types of people. I'm certainly always cognizant of the kind of people that I want to attract. I cannot ever intend for any of the people who come here. I wish, hope, and pray that you have a good experience, but I can't intend that. But over the course of 30 years, I know the kinds of people I like to work with and the kinds of people I don't like to work with, so I can focus on attracting that kind of person. Again, it's very similar to dating. So this is where with dating, somebody will come in with a list of attributes that they want their future partner to have. Not a good idea for reasons we can get into if you want to, but the practice is much different than that. The practice is, this is sort of one of those intentions of the intentions, I think, like that we were talking about earlier, where the intention is for this person, probably going to be a female, probably going to be this age, probably going to be from that you're going to have to feel this out as you go through your first, second, third drafts. But some of that starts to feel to me, just me, like a little bit of this.
Right. Yeah.
So if that's the case, and again, you'll feel your way through it, because all that really matters, anybody, is what it feels like to Dwight when he writes this out and reads it and feels it.
Yeah.
If whatever he's talking about now winds up in his final draft of his intention and that's what he's after, great, because if that's what feels right, then do that. And as you're going, play around with doing the intention of that. So what I mean by that is start with, you've got a vision of that person. So now start to imagine you're working with that person. And what's that like for you? The reason that the list of attributes for what we want in the partner doesn't work is because we're not on that list. We're not in our own creation, and that partner shows up, that person shows up, check, check, check. It's like, well, I don't really like this person. But they check all the boxes, right? It's, oh, duh, I'm attracting in, and I didn't even put myself in there. So this is about make sense?
Yes, no, and you know, it was funny because as I started ticking it off, I realized, we're going to have a little discussion about this because, in fact, yes, you and I have talked about the dating checklists and such, but you should know, or you won't be surprised, that as I have been letting this intention grow and come to me, and much of it over the last month, and particularly, you
Yeah.
know, in by and since. Um, it's very much been at a strong energetic level that there's I think a huge universe's worth of great and wonderful and talented human beings who could probably make great co-CEOs.
Exactly.
And like a lot of things I've done as an entrepreneur, I will know it when I see him or her. As we
Yes.
talk, we learn how to collaborate. That
Yeah.
I do trust that enough that it ain't checking boxes, but it is
Well, it's checking
having
these
those
boxes.
conversations. Yeah, but having, you know, learning about this person's dreams, their intentions, their what fires them up, where just how big and boldly they dare to dream about the kind of world we want to co-create. This is not for small dreamers. This working with me or just with all of us at World Climate Core. This is not small potatoes. So yeah, and in fact, I've even role played a little bit and almost imagined.
Good.
Yeah, okay, well that was good, but I was, I'm looking for 95 to 100. That was an 80. That just
Yes. That's embodying. That is, intending. That's exactly what you want to be doing. But again and again, I can't emphasize it enough. You've got whatever that starting point, I'm now calling a starting point, that
yeah,
ideal person that you described in the beginning, and then again start there and put yourself. What's it like for you to work with that person?
right,
What's it like for you to wake up in the morning
yeah,
and greet your day when
yeah,
that person is on board and right there with you?
yeah,
What's it like? And go from there. Really put yourself into it, into the center of it.
yes, yeah, and I have been, and so it's a good, it's
Yeah.
nice to, yeah, nice to, and really thinking about how I start the day with that, just
With that
unbridled.
support, with that compliment, with that partnership, with that synergy.
Like, oh, those first three ideas that popped in my head, gee, guess who I get to share those with
Right.
shortly?
Oh, and they had some ideas too.
Right.
Wow.
It probably will be shortly if being on the West Coast, if they're in Europe or Asia or somewhere else on the planet. But when if I just imagine myself in that setting, yeah, then I get super jazzed about it. Very much. Yeah. To be continued then.
So to business partnership
Yes. To
on a
business,
CEO level.
this collaboration and joy.
Collaboration, interdependence,
Yep.
joy, solving, saving the world.
We could say that, although it's not my favorite phrase.
Cheers.
I can say it. He's
Thank
saving
you.
the world, people. He's one of them. Anyway, it's a pleasure and it's an
Thank
Oh,
honor.
great to see you, Delilah. Thank you for all you do. All right.
Thank you, Dwight. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
So
All right.
while we have a moment and when we're in between, there are people.
I'm going to send you an invite, Sarah. Sorry, Stephen.
No, go. There are people in the course of this work, particularly around this event, which we've defaulted into not charging anything for. We just want to keep it easy. But sometimes people really want to give me or us money. Anybody who's involved in spiritual workout online already knows, Delilah's a volunteer. There is a mechanism on spiritualworkout.com where if you want to shove a few dollars our way and as some measure of support, love, abundance, whatever you want, there it is. There's something there called a tip jar, and it's open. You can put in $1. You can put in, maybe you can put in $1 million. I don't know. Somebody might have to try that. Anyway, if that's something, I put it there because people have requested it. Delilah and I are more than happy to receive any and all of your largesse in that form, and it is zero requirement. It really is a response to requests that I often field, and I thank you in advance if that's something you want to play with.
You are. Hi, Phil.
Sarah Vincent. Hi there.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you. It's our first time meeting, huh?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Well, welcome aboard. Who should we thank for inviting you in?
Jill. Jill invited me.
Thought maybe it was Jill. Thank you, Jill. Jill has been on the bandwagon the last couple of months, really tearing it up here. Well, welcome, Sarah, to Spiritual Workout World.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks. So what are you thinking? What do you want to talk about?
Well, it's interesting because when I put in my intention, I really got emotional and I was like messaging Jill.
We love emotion here.
Um,
And Christy and some people who've been here a while will tell you that we also welcome ugly cries here.
oh, I hope that doesn't happen.
How we know we're doing it right. I mean, I'm sort of kidding, but also serious. You know, it touches me without even going 1 minute further. It touches me to know that another human being who's taking some time in her life to think about what she wants would have an emotional response. That in and of itself is, if you ask me, the juice of life. I'm one of those people who's like never miss an opportunity to cry. We were talking earlier, if you were here, about how everything is energy. So we don't ever want to suppress energy because that's not how our world works. You suppress it here, it's going to come up over there. We've already got all the energy on the planet that's ever going to be here. So all that's ever changing, all that's ever happening is energy is changing form. And one of the ways that energy changes form in our physicality is through emotion and tears. And sometimes it's tears of joy, sometimes it's tears of not that. And it really doesn't matter. We just want to kind of allow it to happen. And I can appreciate that you don't want to come up here the first time and boohoo your guts out. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really I really just want to like step into my power so I can really show up for my business. But this last month I feel like I lost something really big in my life, and he was a huge support and a friend, and like he helped me financially, and he really believed in what I could do in my business and in my life, and recently he basically said that he can't help me anymore financially, and he can't really be there for me, and he basically met someone and is starting something new with her, and I'm really happy for him. And I feel just the way it happened, it felt like he was just ripped away, like it just happened so fast and unexpectedly, and I feel like my whole chest was ripped out, and I just really want to like be whole again and really step into my power so I can really make a difference in my business. I feel a lot of pressure financially now, and I'm just really scared, I guess. I feel alone, and I know I have a lot of healing to do, and I just feel like there's just this big hole inside, and I do feel it like closing up a little bit, but it's still very much there, and I just really want to grow my business so I can provide for my children. Like I'm a single mother and I'm raising 3 teenagers right now, and just it's just really challenging, and
Mm.
I just feel a lot of pressure, and I really want to envision this amazing year, and I can't really see it. I just see him and his new life and being happy, and when I look at my life, it's just black, or it's just like a jumbled mess, and I really don't want that. I just want to step into my power, and I know that I believe in the work that I do. I believe in myself. I just
What
feel like
what is
everything crashed down.
I understand. Sarah, what is the work that you do?
I'm a transformational life coach, so I'm certified
My
in
competition. No kidding.
I'm certified in mindset, so
Hmm.
transformational mindset.
Hmm.
And so I have been really working on that, and I know that this is happening for my greatest and highest good.
Do
It's
you
just,
believe that, or do you trust that?
do I believe it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I do, because he didn't really serve me. He didn't really like make me feel good, but it's like he was almost like my rock, and it's so complicated because he wasn't good for me, and I know that this was supposed to happen. It's just
Mhm.
the way it happened was so fast and unexpected.
Yeah. So I want to say one thing. We're not going to focus too much on it now because it's more general spiritual workout practice. It's a little outside of specifically intention. But it feels to me or sounds to me like underneath this experience is some kind of belief or set of beliefs around this person kind of being your source of money, source of support, source of stability, source of all of that. So if you were to play here, that would be something that we would be looking at. Because the truth of the matter is, while it has looked and seemed like he was your source, and you have every right to, to have gotten to where you got with that, the truth of the matter is, as spiritual beings, that's just never the case. Source is our source. And the reason that we're so, that this comes up all the time is because we don't have to figure out how everything's going to happen. We just know that there is one source of all of it. When we get clear about what we want, the universe energy moves around to respond to that signal. So that's just something I would encourage you to start thinking about, and maybe changing that belief that he is or was your source, because he never was. And that's easy for me to say and not so easy, I'm sure, for you to hear. But I'm just planting a seed for some other piece of what might be your work going forward. Also, in what you're saying, it seems clear to me that getting some intentions going as quickly as possible for pulling you through, and that's what intentions do. So when we are confused, when we're surprised, when we're in a situation like you are, the trap that we almost all fall into is kind of going over it over and over and over again. And we have to a certain point, we have to make it make sense to ourselves. We have to create some sort of narrative. And sometimes we can do that right away. Sometimes that happens over time. But the trap is staying kind of stuck in that. And intention is what pulls us out and forward out of that. So if you're afraid of resources and money, right off the bat, it is never too soon and never too late to start setting. I don't want to tell you what to want, but based on what you said already, if I were you, especially any artist and entrepreneur that comes in here, the first thing that we're doing is encouraging them to set two separate intentions. One for the business, ideal world, nobody can say no, money's no object. Oh my God, my business is booming. I have the world's best clients. They show up on time, they pay on time. My practices, I have a long waiting list, and la, 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 la. And really what it's like to do the work that you're doing, which I do want to hear more about, and what it's like for you. And like we were just saying with Dwight, to make sure that you put yourself in the center of that. This isn't so much about, well, it's certainly about the kinds of people you want to work with, but it's much more about what it's like for you to be doing that work with those kinds of people. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So that would be one intention. And again, I'm basically speaking generically at this point because I've never worked with an artist or entrepreneur where I didn't feel inspired to offer this up right off the bat. The other intention is for your financial life. Now you can see we're separating these two things. Most of us are thinking, well, here's the work I want to do, but how is it going to make money? I want to do this thing. I have this great vision, but how is it going to make money? I have this great vision. I don't know how it's going to happen. Well, guess what? Not up to us. So the reason, Sarah, that we split these two things is because of our habit of conflating them. And because we conflate them, I have this vision, but I don't know how it's going to work. I have this vision, I don't know how it's going to work. I have this vision, I don't know how it's going to, and we just stay stuck there and we keep saying the same thing over and over again. So when we can separate this out, let me just get super clear about the work itself and what it's like for me to be doing it. Let me get super clear about what my financial life looks like. I've made it over the hump. There's finally always enough money. Our family is secure. When we want to do something, we can do it. When the kids need, whatever the particulars are for you. If I were you, and I didn't even ask you what intention you might be thinking about setting, and so that's my question to you now. But at a minimum, I would be starting down these paths. And so A, what does that sound like to you? And B, did you have other ones that you've been thinking about before?
Yeah, no, I really liked the intentions that you were setting, like for the business, for the clients, my dream clients coming in, and just having, and then with them on the money side, just having, money for when the kids need something, right? And I'm not worried about it. So just
Right.
that
Money is
freedom.
easy. We can afford whatever we need, whatever we want, when we need and want it. Again, you don't have to figure out how that's going to happen, but you want to start to be thinking in that way because, hate to tell you, law of attraction's always on no matter what. Right? So that's what's driving what I'm saying to you. As you are, so you have a lot going on. You're processing what happened and how it ended and what your life is like as a result of that. And now you got me anyway, and maybe Jill, pushing you in this direction, saying, come on, let's go. It's time. It's clear. Your deck has been cleared. Whether you wanted it to be or not, it is. So, right? I know it's super easy for me to say. But this is really the opportunity, what it sounds like to me. And what about, so tell me more about your work. Like, what do you love about doing the work that you do? And why are you wanting to do that instead of anything else?
Well, I really want to help women. So I'm a transformational life coach for women specifically. I just like when I lost my career a couple of years ago, just with COVID, I met my mentor, David Bear, who basically saved me in kind of a situation like this where I had lost my relationship and my career and I didn't know what to do. He helped me connect to my spiritual vision and my life vision, which was to help women. And he took me through his work. Like his mindset work was just so transformational for me, and it really changed my life. And so when he was certifying people, like I was just really called to it because I wanted to be a part of bringing this out into the world. And especially for women, because I feel like, we are faced with a lot of adversity and you know, I really just want to help them find their voice, find their purpose, and really transform their life. Because I feel like, you know, when we build strong women, we build strong families. And when we build strong families, we build strong communities. And when we build strong communities, nations, and a better world. So I just
What does
really,
that better world look like in Sarah's life on a daily, weekly basis?
yeah, I really just want to be happy. I just feel like it's been so hard. And I just really just want to be happy. I just want to feel free. I want to feel more peace and love. You know, I feel like it's been so, like, through this transformation that I've gone through the last few years, it's like I feel like I've had to let go of so much. And it just feels like so empty, you know?
Actually, I will say, yes, I do know. Personally, I had a very similar experience, honestly. You know, just kind of poised, top of my game, ready to do this work, bring it out into the world in a big way. Lost everything. Everything I had, home, money, community, health insurance, you know, everything. And my description of it was like rug pulled out, and now I'm at the bottom of a deep, dark ditch of financial ruin and emotional upheaval. And so, at least with you in this particular situation, I happen to be speaking to somebody to whom I can really relate virtually, very specifically to this idea of losing, letting go, letting go, letting. I used to say, I think I've got 3, 5, 8 PhDs in letting go. I was like, I got nothing else to let go of.
Yeah.
So I'm saying all this to you just to maybe hopefully convey a message that you really are not alone. Everything that you were talking about is imminently doable, and you've already started. We're having this conversation. You're doing other things in your life, perhaps along these lines, obviously. So you are on your way. And another belief that I love, and I didn't make it up, and I don't know who originally said it, but, and I was just saying this to somebody else yesterday, you already are what you are becoming. It's in you. That's why you get emotional about it, because it's touching that really deep, vulnerable, I don't want to say vulnerable, but that part of you that's the real you. It's all right there. So your process from today forward is not that you have to go out and get something, not that you have to go out and make it, but much more, a little bit more letting go, but letting go of old belief systems, letting go of old experiences, letting go of any and all thoughts and beliefs and ideas that just don't serve you anymore. And in that way, you're just like the rest of us, like everybody here. You know, why I like doing this format is because at a certain point, we're all going to be doing the same thing. We're all getting clear about what we want. We're all letting go of non-serving beliefs. Like Christy was saying before, 4 years later, that belief, she's done some stuff on it, and now she feels it down here. It's really changed, right? So it's all doable. Every single thing that you are thinking about and every single thing that you are wanting, and I'm sure you don't even need me to tell you that, but I'm happy to underscore it for you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And I really, really would, I hope you'll do it here and you'll come back again, but whether you do it here or somewhere else, I would sincerely and earnestly encourage you to pursue the work intention and the money intention separately.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
And if you wind up doing that here with us, you'll see we've got, you know, there's more to the process. The other thing that we want to be cognizant of is, as we're writing down our intentions on our worksheets, is having a separate piece of paper right next to it to dump, I call it a dump list, and just put all those doubts and thoughts on, this will never happen. A load of crap, and I'll never do this. And just keep it there, because really what we're doing is helping you to separate out the positive, hopeful ideas where you feel that, oh my God, I'm totally connected, and then you're out of it, right? I'm totally connected, now I'm out of it. Yeah, right. And so this just helps make that all more cohesive.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Anything else for now? So we will toast to your, Phoenix rising from the ashes. Right?
Thank you.
Really and truly to a soaring business and a happy home life and happy kids and safety and security and all of that. And welcome to spiritual.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
What do you got there, Sarah? Yeah, you have to say.
Red wine.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's everything. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Thank
And tapping is going to help you a lot too.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Take good care. It was really nice to meet you.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. All right.
Got some really, really big players here tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Karina?
People are very serious about their intentions for 2024, and we love it.
I certainly do. Is Karina coming up?
Yes, Karina is coming up. Karina, we are sending you an invite. As we wait for Karina to come on stage, once again, if you do want to turn your SHMEZOLUTIONS, prayer, hopes, wishes, goals into shiny, clear intentions, please submit that request in where you see that question mark in the speech bubble. It can show up either on the right-hand side of the screen, if you're on a computer, and if you are on a mobile device, it will show up underneath the chat area. So from there, we will get you up on screen. We'll have you in queue, and we are taking folks on screen as they appear in the queue here. Okay, so Karina should be joining us shortly.
And this gives me a moment to publicly thank Delilah yet again. For those of you who don't know, Delilah is the engine of Spiritual Workout Online. She's the producer, the co-host for our drop-ins, used to be the co-host for all of them. She basically works as a volunteer really assiduously to do all the stuff that I literally would not do. And she is the reason we're here. And I appreciate the opportunity in front of as many people as possible to thank you, Delilah, publicly for all that you do.
And my pleasure. My pleasure. It's not my first rodeo. All these like sayings that I've got. Stephen, I just wanted to remind you a little tech stuff.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was in the clear with this particular.
It's been okay, but you know, sometimes.
It's terrible on the replay.
Okay, so Karina, I am assuming that you are just gonna join us here in a little second. Sometimes it takes a little while to connect. Sometimes.
Did everybody see and get a worksheet if that's a new thing for you?
Yes, I have. I put the link there in the chat for everyone. I will put it in here. A gun. And rising. Oh, my connection got real. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Not that bad because you got on screen. Hi, Karina. I don't hear Karina. Almost. She said that her connection got really bad.
Did you have anybody lined up after?
Yeah, we can go to JJ. And oh, wait. I see a black
She's
screen.
trying. She's trying.
I see a black screen now. Yeah, it may be, I think this appears to me to be a connection issue for the delay.
All right. Well, let's go to the next one and then.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is once your connection clears up, Karina, then we will get you back up and we'll go to JJ now. Okay. JJ. Let's get you from here. Whoops.
Also, for those of you who are here new tonight for the first time or one of the first times, please, if you have any comments or questions about anything that we're talking about here, short of coming up and asking yourself, please let us know in the chat if you have anything that's not making sense about what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. If we're not making sense, yes.
Not making sense, then that's not too good.
I know. No, but well, it appears very clear to me. Intention setting extravaganza. Okay, so JJ should be coming on up now. And we'll get this show on the road again. There you are.
Hello, hold on. One thing at a time here. I'm in my car but I'm pulled over here.
All right. Hi, JJ.
Hi, you guys.
I'm asking for forgiveness now in front of everybody for using your beautiful smiling face on this year's card.
I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it?
No. I'll have to take a look.
I failed to ask for permission, so now I'm asking.
You have my permission. You don't need to ask me on that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you live and in
I
person.
feel like I'm your poster child right about that. For real. Because I'm singing the praises of this. This has been such a wonderful journey having this place to work out my bullshit, and work and then level up. And that's really what I'm doing. And that's like, I haven't even written my intentions yet because I'm still I'm not trying. I'm really in the throes of the intentions I've been creating. And I'm living them so brightly and vividly and 5D that I have to really pay attention to my words because they're becoming, my daughter thinks I'm magic.
Did you hear what JJ just did? She started to say she was trying something and corrected herself. And I was going to pounce right on that and be like, yes, that is being intentional. And then you explained why you did that. And that was all.
Because you're not trying, you're doing. And the power of words, it's like playing around with words, and the universe doesn't really know that it's a joke. That's why I always talk about like my friends that are rappers that rap about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch your words, because the universe doesn't know when you're joking. And you have to be so intentional with everything that you do. It's with all of yourself. It's not just, later on I'm going to go have good intentions. It just starts becoming this whole thing that every single time, and you correct yourself. It's always a practice. Yeah. But I think that those are the changes that I needed in order to get out of my pile of bullshit that I was leading, that I knew it was in there somewhere, but I was not applying the knowledge that I kind of had carried on, but hearing it and working through it, being aware of myself and the kind of learner I am. I learn best by talking through it. Yeah. Now, I realize that's how I've excelled in school. I'm the annoying one asking all the questions, but I'm interacting because I need to, add on to the what I'm hearing in order to grasp it. And just that simple little change in my life has done so much,
Well, I want to say something about that. So that to me is an example of a human being taking responsibility for knowing themselves. She's talking about she knows.
You always got a card. You got a card for everything.
A card for everything, right? So, and I just love hearing that from somebody because they're taking responsibility for their lives and themselves. What I would like to hear from you, JJ, before we even get to whatever you were going to want to talk about, is what would you say your intention setting process is like today versus maybe when you first came in or some other time?
Well, the thing is that once I got I have a book. I have an intention book. I carry it around with me. It's like dog-eared. It's always in my backpack.
Yeah.
I always, and I printed up a bunch of your sheets, And then, even sometimes they might just have a couple words and then I come back to them later. And sometimes, because sometimes you can forget about those things, like an idea that I have and I want to kick around. But having that notebook and that intention setting, little book I created for myself, which is a bunch of the blank worksheets and my completed sheets, because they're never complete, but they always, it's really really satisfying to go back and read them afterwards and see how in alignment I am. I am right where I'm supposed to be.
And what do you do in your life to stay aligned with your intentions? What are some of your practices?
I am just very focused by eliminating the things that just were like TV. I just had to let TV go. That's something that just keeps me on my focus a little bit more. But because I am so close to where I want to be and what I'm working on achieving, is that I just needed to pick a few things to get extra to take it to the next level. And that's the one thing that was easy to let go, is I just don't watch anything. I don't have the attention span for it, but it's because I get anxiety because I'm always thinking about something I should be doing. And so I let that go because that gives me anxiety. I don't want it, so I'm going to just use my time to work on the intentions. I'm going to take that notebook out and there's something in there. What'd you say?
I said you're taking time to do what with your intentions?
Work on my intentions.
What?
Like as far as developing more on them and writing on more of them. So what is that? Did I miss that one? It's not supposed to work on. Yeah, it's just working is doing it,
The C word. There it is.
What is it?
Cultivating.
Dang.
I thought you would be right off the bat.
I know. I drew a blank. Listen, I have very low bandwidth. But I'm working it out.
But what I'm referring to is, y'all can say whatever you want to say, but when I hear people working on stuff, this has been for years and years and years and years. It's like, as a spiritual workout facilitator, it's like fingernails on the blackboard. Because I understand what we're saying. I'm working on that. But if you really go around and listen to people, everybody's working on their stuff. Everybody's working on it. Oh, yeah, I got to work on that. I got to work on that too. I got to work on it. And guess what? Nobody's doing anything. They're all just talking about working on it. So what I like to do is encourage people, or to ask people, if you think of what you're doing in terms of cultivating. So I'm working on my relationship, because my relationship is really struggling. It's tough and it's hard and you got to work on it. Or we're cultivating a new way of being together.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. 99.9% of the people prefer it this way. But do what you will. But I'm always going to bounce on somebody,
Absolutely
especially
right. Thank you for the correction, because that's why it's a spiritual workout,
You got to pedal.
I know I've known that, but I haven't been here that much to keep the reminder. So yeah, you're absolutely.
So you were saying you were cultivating something? Go on.
Well, so my intentions have been, really grand. Obviously, like I know there might be some people that don't know, but coming here, 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't know. It's been 3 years, almost.
We can check.
Yeah, whatever. The time
like that.
I was basically in, unhappy marriage, overweight, unhealthy, and all kinds of different things. Not happy in the work I was doing. And I've changed all of it based on what it was the cultivating, because I had to bust through some of the beliefs that I had. I had to Kool-Aid man the wall on a lot of that stuff,
Yes, I do.
Because I was hearing the voices. I was hearing that's not practical. That's, those things.
That's the dump list, Sarah. That's the dump list. Keep going.
Those were the things that I had to push past. And once I did, I surprised myself. But then again, it was exactly what I knew I was capable of. And it was for the first time in my life. I was in the driver's seat. I was pushing the gas pedal. I was pushing the brakes and making those drastic changes in my life. Ending my marriage, losing a bunch of weight, and that was a journey. It wasn't just, I did have bariatric surgery, but I did go through this like year of weight loss classes before they even gave it to me, and had to change my mentality a lot on those things. And then and then deciding, the biggest one was thinking, I feel like I should be going back to school. And those were the words I was playing around with and on my intention sheet, but I didn't really know what. And then next thing you know, life brought me right smack in the middle of it as a guest on a panel at USC, and in a class where it made me question, what class is this and what are they learning?
Are you
and
saying
then I got a full scholarship? Yep.
Like you had no idea how it was even happening?
Yeah, it all showed up so beautifully, and not only to get into this program, but to really enjoy it and really be in the mindset, because when I was younger, I couldn't have done this. I was not there yet. And the way that I am now, I am thriving, loving everything, all the program, my professors, my classmates, the work that I'm learning. And I'm pushing even harder. When I'm exhausted, I'm looking around and trying to find a scholarship. And when I'm exhausted, it's more than just pushing past the exhaustion. It's just using the energy that I have in order to keep the momentum going.
Does it feel to you like, a quasi-leading question, does it feel to you like that activity is coming from your heart, like inspired action? Oh, this is something I should do. This is something that feels right. This is something that aligns with my intention? Or is that the space you're in?
And that's the way that I mostly move in the world. So with the inspired action, it's kind of pushing myself, but because it doesn't feel like work, because I'm loving what
that's
I'm doing.
it. It doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't.
So I want to take a moment here, JJ, to explain to anybody who's new to this that in the old way of doing things, 3D, old consciousness, whatever, we set goals and objectives and we go make them happen. And we create long to-do lists. And because we have all these ideas, we're figuring out how it could happen. Maybe it'll happen this way. Maybe it'll happen this way, to do. And we're basically throwing a lot of stuff against the wall, expending a lot of energy, all wishing and hoping that some of it works. Over here, in spiritual workout world, and any place where people are living consciously, we literally invert that whole process. We spend most of our time not on to-do lists, but on shiny, clear intentions, getting them from nowhere to into our head, to into our heart, to into our life experiences. And as we're saying with JJ now, we listen to inspiration for what actions to take. Why did 3 people just recommend the same book to me in the last week? Why did 7 people in the last 2 weeks tell me I should call this person? Things like that. And that's us letting go of how it's all going to happen, letting the universe do its job in figuring it out. And that's why it's always fun and surprising when it happens. So my favorite sentence, one of them in spiritual workout world, is when somebody comes in and says, well, I don't really know how it happened, but it's happened. It's glorious. Because it's always way better and different than we ever would have expected or thought of on our own. Anyway, okay. I just wanted to offer that commercial interruption. So what's going on with you tonight?
So tonight, well, I'm doing my Uber thing, keeping people safe, and I'll be starting that and working for the most part all night, and then just getting ready for the new semester to start in another week or so with my final semester as I get ready to graduate. And I have the best
party.
Yeah, I have great classes. On Tuesday, I find out about this internship that I applied for that I'm 99% sure that I got, but they're just waiting to announce till right after the holidays. Mm-hmm. And that is with the largest publishing company basically around. And they handle Prince's catalog. They handle Whitney Houston's, everybody's catalog. And when I interviewed, they're like, wow, we've never had an intern that actually knows what they're doing. We're going to place you with the top guys, and you're going to be doing like the stuff with them, like the creative, and working with music supervisors. Oh, and we can't pay you because it's an unpaid internship, but we have the hookup for the Grammys for you. So, I'm like, pretty cool trade-off. I'll take it.
Nice.
And then I got into a mentorship program, and out of 4,000 students, they picked 40, and I got placed with if you guys are familiar with Mark Ronson, who basically produced Amy Winehouse's first album and produces like Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars, all these.
He's your new mentor?
No, but his business partner is who signed Amy Winehouse and who has all the money. And he runs the record label, and he's also VP of A&R at Columbia. So I get him for 3 meetings minimum, and most of the time out of those a lot of good things happen out of people's mentorship. So I've been really working to prepare for this stuff, because now that I know what I have coming in my way, I'm going real big with my final project. And I mean, my professor says, wow, if this was anybody else, I would tell them there's no way that this is going to happen, but this is you, and I can't wait to see how this goes. You're going to do this, and I cannot wait. This is so amazing. And so so for my final project, I'm opening up my own event space in Anaheim. And and it'll be our business, but
that's also your project for you.
Yeah. So I'm working with the city. I'm working with the mayor. I'm working with the community services department, because we're also going to use it to teach music classes to kids. And so I found a couple locations, and now I'm finding investors. And so my mentor for that, I just showed him all the letters that I have for the people that I'm trying to have invest, I'm going to show the letter, to try to get them on board. Mm-hmm. And he's like, these are great. Like, anybody's going to want to invest in this. This is amazing. And I found all my people, like Kobe Bryant's wife and Gwen Stefani and all those people, and the owner of Anaheim Ducks. So we're doing this, and even if I can't do it in time for the end of the semester, I'm doing it as a how-to guide, and that way I will be an authority on opening an event space, and I will be opening one at some point. So, yeah. What's on you?
My friend.
Oh, yeah. I am.
Let's just say, spiritual workouters are playing big in 2024.
Here's my Celsius.
All right. Yeah, you are driving. Here's to you, JJ. It's really it's been, and it will continue to be so much fun watching you go through all the changes that you've talked about. And we all know there's so much more to all of it. And I just want to personally commend, I feel weird doing that, but you've honored me with the privilege of watching you go and watching you grow.
Thank you.
And your commitment to your own growth, your own happiness is what's doing it. And I just want to call that out.
Thank you so much. It feels good not to be walking through this by myself, I mean, yeah, thank you.
Really, really great. All right, and JJ's graduation party in May.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, I got a spot. I already have a spot. I'm gonna do a smaller one for just like us, and then I'm gonna do like a larger one. So whatever we want to do.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Have a good night. Be safe out there.
I will. Thanks. Bye.
Bye for now.
Spectacular. All right, let's see if this is the magic time for Karina.
Did you suggest that she refresh? Would that maybe help?
It was a connection problem, and I think that she's okay now.
All right.
Yeah. So Hector, Nicole, Sarah, they're all saying cheers. JJ Petal as well.
Hector, there's a new name. Nice to see you. Meet you, Hector.
Hi, Hector. Anyone who had just joined us, if you would like to turn your SHMEZOLUTIONs into shiny, clear intentions, please feel free to submit that request in wherever you see that question mark in the speech bubble. It should be on the right-hand side of the screen if you're on a computer. If you're on a mobile device, it's going to show up on the bottom of your chat area. So from there, we'll get you on screen here, and you will get Steven's help, assistance, guidance, facilitation in turning those SHMEZOLUTIONs into shiny, clear intentions, and we'll cheer you up.
Do what I can.
So hopefully,
Shmez it up, people. Shmez it up.
time for Karina here. And for, once again, anyone who else here who would like to do some intention setting, let us know. I can even get you from the chat, but I'm not gonna promote that widely right now.
I wouldn't if I were you either.
Right. Oh, and
No idea you're not here.
if anyone would like to download the intention setting guide, or even for folks who are familiar with it but haven't seen it in quite a while, here is
Yep,
your opportunity to download the intention setting guide. It's a great worksheet to help you get started on the intention setting journey here. Okay, Karina, how's it going? I see that the invite is out, so I'm thinking it's just going to take a little time, perhaps with the connection.
So I haven't discovered yet who John Galt is. That's a meatball that's been hanging out there for some time. John Galt saying, no pressure.
Right. Okay. So any word, Karina, are you able to, maybe, is it just taking a little time? Okay, not sure. And if there's anyone that'd like to follow Karina or maybe take her place as she
hey Karina, try refreshing your browser page.
Yeah, that sometimes works.
That helps.
Do you have any intentions, Stephen?
Yes.
New ones.
Ongoing, but more focused. So ones that have been sort of like back burner to front burner. You know, we were saying before when you have a lot going and they're varying different. Yeah, I do. Why you want me to say what they are?
I guess maybe share one.
Well, one is similar to Dwight's. You know, for being fully funded, getting investment, having COO. And really taking what we have that's beautiful and gorgeous and wonderful and scaling it way up. That's right. My intention. That's our intention. Last year, my primary intention was living somewhere. And now I do.
I know. So those are some of the intentions that were fulfilled.
Yes.
Within a course of a year.
Manifested. Well, you know me, I don't put timetables on them myself, but that's my main moment.
I am no longer seeing Karina here. Maybe she did decide to refresh, or at least not active.
Is there somebody else lined up?
Oh, okay. I see something. Jill is asking, can we have too many intentions?
No.
Okay. Cultivating.
No. Let's talk about what to do when we have a lot.
She says, I am cultivating how to manage the ever-growing number of them.
Let's talk about how to do that, if you want to. I mean, I'll do it with you or without you.
Is that okay if I send you an invite, Jill? Let's start that right now.
Sure, she says.
Perfect. Okay. And then let us update us on what's going on in the chat if you can, while we get Jill up here with her very important question.
Yeah, let's talk, Jill.
Yeah, because once
Sure.
we start getting on the intention setting journey here, it's, we can start getting intention crazy. Not a crazy, but you know
We
what I mean?
should be. We
Yeah,
should be.
good way, in a good way, in a good way. Okay. Hi, Jill.
Hey,
Hey,
nice to see you.
happy.
Happy
Yeah,
SHMEZ.
happy.
This isn't your first one, is it? No,
I wasn't intending to come on, but
but here you are. See?
this is my second.
Surprise. Yeah, I thought
It's
so.
only my second, and there was a big gap between my first and my second.
Well, welcome back. Good to see you. So you raised an excellent
Can
question.
you hear me okay?
I hear you, but you're frozen. Yeah, we're good. So I'm just going to start talking. Are you hearing me? Okay, I'm going to start talking. Jill is frozen here. Not her fault.
It's breaking up a bit, but yes, mostly.
So the fact that a few months
Start
in,
riffing.
Maybe we do audio only with Jill. You want to knock off your camera, maybe, and just do audio? Can you hear me?
Is that better? I
Yeah,
can
I
hear
think
you.
so. Yeah. You hear me? I hear you. Say something.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2.
All right, good. Okay, so first of all, I really appreciate the question. So the fact that you're asking it, Jill, to me, is evidence that you are becoming more intentional. So you start out one starts out in this process. Oh, what's a worksheet and what's a dead and what do I have to do? And then you get a few of them out there and done. And then I think it's extremely natural and normal for more and more to come. That's what we're always saying, that the desires that we have are not going to end. It's part of their renewable energy, this desire. Now, I know there are people who argue with desire, but that's not us. So these desires are going to keep coming. And I love that you're now having a bunch of them, because you're probably starting to see that they're not all the same. Some are more they weigh differently, right? Some are lighter, some are heavier, some are more dense, some are breezy, light, and whatever. And so what do? I've only got 20 minutes every morning to devote to intention setting, and I have 18 intentions. What do? One listens to inspiration for what to focus upon. Just as we set an intention, like we were just saying, and stay aligned with the intention and listen to inspiration for what actions to take, it's very similar. It's a very similar idea. Here are all my intentions up here. And if I just, it's excellent listen to inspiration practice. Because what does that mean? Listen to inspiration. How does it hit you? How does it hit me? I know how it hits me. And I'll just line them all up, look at them, be like, and there's always one that just pops right into my mind or into my heart, one might say, or just pops out above the rest. I've learned personally to listen to that inspiration, to call that inspiration. Now, if I'm in my head and I'm like, well, what if I do this and what if I do that and da-da-da, that already is not inspiration. Inspiration is, or something like it. So can you have too many intentions? Absolutely not. I would encourage people to have as many as come to you. There's no reason not to. but I want to hear what the reason not to might be. And then once they're all there, just listen to inspiration for however much time you have at any given moment to quote unquote do intention setting. Just listen to inspiration for which one to take. So, Jill, what prompts the question about whether we can have too many? Technology is waning this evening.
Jill, are you there? I think maybe her connection.
Something happened. Anyway, well.
I see her on screen from my end, and I think yours as well. But I don't think that the connection is. Oh, Jill, are you there?
Sign of life.
Can you hear me?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Christine, hello.
Yeah, we
Yes.
hear.
I am.
Jill?
I think it's cutting out.
That's probably
Can
what
you
it
guys
is.
hear me?
We just did.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No?
Maybe it's a delay. Maybe
She's
it's a
not-
delay. I think it's a
Can you
delay.
hear me now?
I think you may be on a delay.
I was going to try to. I was going to answer the question. What prompts my question? Right? Yes.
Yes. Oh
Hello?
boy. Yeah, I think the connection's a little
I'll
off.
just okay and see.
Can you type it in?
What prompted the question?
Yes.
I think she may be delayed.
I could refresh. Oh, you are hearing me?
Oh, yeah, I think she's delayed.
If you're hearing me, I'll just answer and then.
Yeah. We can try to.
Okay. What prompted the question is that my list of intentions is growing, or my number of intentions. I'm going to refresh.
I think it's delayed.
She's going to refresh.
I'm going to remove her from the screen here. From
If you could hear her too.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I know this is the worst possible listening, watching experience, but it's also kind of beyond our control. Certainly want to get to everybody that we can.
Things can happen. Yeah. Sometimes when you're doing online virtual things, connections can be a little shoddy.
I tell you, it's from my radio days where dead air is just like, don't do it.
All right. So, Jill, we were going to try to re-invite you here so you can answer the question. Oh, actually, I think Jill is refreshing still. Okay. Yeah. 2023 in retrograde. All right. So while we wait for Jill to get a better connection here, refreshing, is there anyone else that would like to turn their SHMEZOLUTIONS, or maybe even just their regular intentions, if you've been intention setting for a while, into shiny, clear intentions for the 2024? Feel free to let us know. We can pick you up in the chat as well. But feel free to let us know. You can submit that request wherever you see that question mark in that speech bubble. If you're on a computer, it'll show up on the right-hand side of your screen. if you're on a mobile device, it will show up underneath the chat area.
For those of you who are new and are at all interested in doing anything more with spiritual workout online, the way we do it here, we run 3 live interactive classes in this format every single week. We have a drop-in on Monday evenings, which runs for an hour and a half, all comers, all subjects. We never know who's going to show up, what they're going to want to talk about. And it's open season on Mondays. On Tuesdays, we have an EFT tapping clinic where it's all about how, why, when to tap, specifically in your world with your issues and what's going on with you. And then on Wednesdays, what do you want Wednesdays, is a somewhat smaller version of what we're doing right now, where we just focus on intention setting. Intention setting and tapping are 2 really supportive and complementary practices within the practice, if you will, that really help to make changes, like what Christy was talking about earlier, making that change where it's not just up here, it's in the physical body. Tapping is which is also the subconscious or the unconscious. So tapping is really effective for that and so many other things. So there's a subscribe link right down below where Delilah and I are. It's $50 a month, and we'd love to welcome you into that. If you have any questions about it, you can find us by email. Something that we will start back up again on the 8th, a week from Monday.
Exactly. In the new year, in 2024, next year.
All right.
All right.
Is this it? Does anybody else want to come up or have anything that you want to talk about, especially any of the new people, new faces? Not fine.
I can share one of mine.
Okay, cool. Did we lose Jill completely, or might come back?
Jill, let us know if you have. Okay, I see Jill here. Let's try to reinvite and see if this time it works out.
Okay.
Just sometimes, there's we've never run across that with Jill before, but who knows why. These things happen. But yeah, I do have like one that is has been coming up front and center that I'm like, okay. And it's actually, it's actually very it's something that I'm finding amongst my peers is something that's coming up.
Okay.
As well.
Let's do something.
So as we wait for Jill, I'm not sure if it's a connection thing. I can bring that up. And of course, again, I'm just bringing stuff up while we wait for folks to come on stage. But if you do have something that you'd like to turn into a shiny, clear intention, let us know. You can even let us know in the chat. I can pick you up from there. So the intention is, I've done, when I generally think about the ways that I like to apply myself, in the world and in my life, a lot of it kind of falls under more general place of creator, curator, right? So it's like producing, creating myself, and also curating, seeing, like selecting, discerning, seeing, choosing talent out there, right? Or works that I think should be shared with the rest of the world. And so, the curating part, I've definitely have been working, I've been applying myself in that way in many ways, different roles. But in terms of the creating part, yes, I've created stuff, I've produced things. I mean, such as spiritual work online. I've created these things, but they've always been mostly in terms of supporting the curating part, so it's okay, producing spiritual workout, which is something that you've created, correct? In the spiritual workout practice, you know, when I was doing PR for people, and it was the creating campaigns or platforms in which to support what they've created, right? Always been like my creating has always been sort of in support of someone else's ultimate creation, you know, and I was happy with that. You know, I've been happy with that, but I've also found myself like knowing that I want to do that for myself, right? And like basically creating platforms, campaigns for what I've created. You know what I'm saying? So so what I've noticed though is that there's definitely certain limiting beliefs that sort of kind of get in the way, you know, in terms of like not trusting myself to see it all the way through. You know, public humiliation, you know, like these kind of things that I feel like in a way I was able to, don't get me wrong, I stand behind my curating and stand behind my supporting other people, but I do stand behind that. But I also know that it was also a way for me to still kind of hide behind, you know, because it's like, oh, if you were to have like detractors, right? Like huge detractors, it's not really toward me. It'd be more toward the people who, you know, have the platform. Yeah, exactly. It would be you. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know, like, if I'm being perfectly honest with myself and with everyone here, I can say that there was a kernel of wanting to hide, you know, and knowing that obviously was like more of like, okay, this is not quite 100% fulfilling. Like, you know, it's similar to like what Sarah was, you know, feeling deeply, what you mentioned in terms of feeling like emotional with who you really are. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're touching that, you know, who you really are. And so that's what I'm seeing myself, is that I know that there's more for me to exercise, to create, to, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely, that's still there for me, you know? And so I think the intention, I think maybe what it is right now is that I need to make it shinier and clearer. And I think that sometimes, even when I set out to embark on making that intention shinier and clearer, the steamroller is, you know, like it's not allowing me to fully go there. Like, and I know this because I get a little self-conscious when I share it with certain other people.
Well,
you know,
part of all of this going forward for all of us is but really discerning ultimately between who we share this stuff with and who we don't.
Right. No, I'm talking about people that I would ease, like they know what time it is. They know what page I'm on, you know, what wavelength I'm on. Yeah. But even like just certain people, like I feel a little self-conscious about, like, you know, I want my feedback to be in demand. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
may I interrupt you then for a moment? Because right there, when you're in that moment of, okay, let's sit down. What is this intention now? Can I get it a little more? And you feel that, here's Jill. When you feel that resistance, do some tapping right then and there on the spot.
Gotcha.
And talk it all out, and it won't, I think that in that particular case, I think that would help the most to get you through and over that hump.
Right. Okay. Um, oh, Petal was saying, I can relate to playing smaller than my vision in order to avoid personal attack. Done it before, still got attacked. Learned the hard way. Yes, you're right. You are
Well, let's
correct.
remember, for all the attacking we may experience, it has nothing to do with us. Nobody wants to hear that, but it really is true.
Right. Like
It
other
only
people,
does to the degree that part
other
of
people
us
see
buying into it. And that's okay. That's normal. That's the case for most of us most of the time. And most artists and entrepreneurs are in the process all the time of shedding that, and really realizing like, oh, whatever he or she or they are saying to me about whatever really has nothing to do with me. I'm just going to keep on going. And of course, intention helps that artist, that entrepreneur to keep on going. Well, I introduced to me many of the tools I used to overcome these fears myself.
I think I was coming here thinking that I may have needed help with making it shinier and clearer, but the help what that is needed here is tapping on those limiting beliefs that are coming up that's not allowing me to go fully.
Exactly, because that thing, it's right there. You know what it is.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
those things are.
yeah. Just those little moments of like, I don't know what it is. It's like this, little moments of like,
Let's just call it habit, a habit of resistance, a habit of fear, a habit of whatever. That, it's not linear. It doesn't make sense, but it just if you keep stopping in that same place, that's why I would suggest, I think your issue is more that resistance in the moment than it is trying to figure out what you want.
yeah. I
You're
agree.
just you're kind of caught in your own dump list, the steamroller, that whole thing. So that's why I think the tapping, I would give that a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in the immediate moment.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So is Jill actually here or did I make that up? I thought I
No, I sent you an invite once again, Jill.
Oh.
I thought I had sent it again, but maybe I got booted off. I don't know.
Anyway, looks like we're winding down.
Yes.
Does that feel like it'll help you? Or do you
I don't know. I think so. Like I said, I thought it was more about articulating the intention, but it's there. It's just that the steamroller starts coming in, or that habit of resistance starts, right? And like it starts coming up and it has it feeling like it's not so clear and kind of like vague, like out there, like, I need a.
Because you're just getting caught in your dump list.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to get out of that. So yeah, that feels to me like that's what it is.
Even though this is all going to move you out of spiritual workout. That's okay.
No, but I think that it's, like I said, there's two things I actually really do. Like, I really like the curate. I really do like showcasing other people's work. I'm just knowing that that's not all I like to do.
I'm glad to hear that personally.
Yeah. Like there's definitely, I need to shine my own light.
Yeah.
So
playing big. Spiritual workouters playing big in 2020. All right, so what's going on? Are we done? Are we getting Jill up here?
I think so. Jill is not able to connect here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we did a lot of the answer to that question, and I don't know the question that prompted it, but Jill will be back, and we'll continue.
She is a regular spiritual workouter, so
and an inviter of other people, so we love.
Yes, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, me too, Petal. Me too.
I hope I don't disappoint you. No, I'm kidding. I don't think like that at all. I really don't. Like, sorry, not to say that I don't care what you think, but I'm just saying like I'm not.
All right, I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Not that I don't care what you guys think, but oh wait, a user wants to come on stage.
Hmm.
Oh, Nicole. Okay, perfect. Accept.
Nicole.
Let's get you back up here. Let's get you on here.
Nicole usually just comes on when we're about to leave because she doesn't want us to leave. That's what she did last year, I think. I think that was last year.
She also wants some intention setting. Hi, Nicole.
Hey.
Hello, love.
Hi. How you doing?
Did you hear what I said when you were coming up? We don't see your face yet. Oh no, what is happening?
There you are. Nicole?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So my video's not working for whatever reason. Oh well. Yes, you know I didn't want you to end.
It's all right.
This is so
I got more gas in the tank.
I know you do. Well, I just want to first and foremost say thank you so much just for all that you continue to do for your community. Stephen, thank you so much. You know, you just to hear like JJ from last year to now, I just see a huge I just see a difference, you know, just even how calm she was today and just, you know, just really kind of going through all of the items that she had been working with, you know, working on all week. I mean, all year. That's just wonderful. So I just want to tell you thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. I'm really upset that my video camera is not working. Let me see if I can get on my phone instead.
Hey, Rebecca.
Give me 2 seconds.
See.
If
Yes, feel better.
Yes.
That's an order.
That's the intention.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Of course, it's having me ask a bunch of questions. I'm trying to. It was so easy on the computer.
One device to another.
Yeah.
Did you switch devices or you are switching?
I'm trying to switch it. Please, little baby Jesus. Come on.
So Jill is here. She says an intention is like an order to the universe.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Michael Beckwith. I was sitting at Agape one time in LA from the pulpit. I remember him saying, every thought is a prayer. And it makes sense to me. We're always thinking, we're always putting something out. We're always getting that, some version of that back, if that's our dominant kind of thing. And so what we discern here and break down a little bit in spiritual workout world is the difference between a prayer and an intention. On some level, it's the same thing. But as we've said, and we always say, I will wish, I will hope, I will pray for you that you have the experience you want to have, that you get to live the life you want to live. But that's all I can do is wish and hope and pray for you. But when it comes to me, I'm going to intend. I will accept your hopes and wishes and prayers for my intentions coming to fruition. Because that's just extra added support. Everything is energy, and I'm happy to receive that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in control of this vehicle, vessel, magnet, and I'm going to get super clear and intentional about what I want to pull in. I hope you do the same thing, but I don't get a vote in that. I cannot create in your reality. So, it's down.
Right. Bill says a friend, colleague of mine wrote a book called Ordering from the
I love
Cosmic.
it.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
Just another way to conceive of what we're talking about. It really is true. That's the whole letting go of how and when, because it's the universe's job. These are big jobs. These are not inconsequential things, but it's just not our job. That's the co-creative process. That's the ordering from the cosmic kitchen.
Correct.
Did we lose
Correct.
Nicole?
Nicole, I have
I'm
her.
going to try to get out and
Yeah.
come back in.
Okay, do
So
that.
give me 2
We'll
seconds.
We want to
remove
see you.
the invite, and then we'll invite you back in when you come back in.
Okay, good. Thank you. Be right back.
You right there? BRB.
All right.
Sorry we couldn't converse with you directly, Jill, even though we usually do.
Yeah, I know.
Happens sometimes. We lost.
Yeah, the connections. Sometimes it works out that way.
Not in charge of the internet. I'm just glad mine is still holding. Hey, Jill, do you have snow over there? Jill and I are on different mountain peaks in Southern California.
Really?
You know how you drive through the 10 from Palm Springs to LA, and there's Lake Arrowhead and Big Bear over here, and Idlewild here? And it's 2 peaks. So she used to live on this one, now she lives on that one.
Ah.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we got close to. I had hail on my deck today.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hail is a very interesting
It is interesting.
phenomenon. Because it's like, what's happening?
Well, sometimes they're super tiny, and sometimes
Right.
they
Huge.
fall on your car. They fall on. I mean,
Very loud.
and it's super loud. Yeah, it's like raining
Not
marble.
yet. She does not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nicole.
Jill, was anything I said? Were you able to hear it? And did any of it make sense in terms of your question about too many intentions? Since we have you in the chat, Rebecca, it's good to have your energy here. By the way.
And I am re-inviting Nicole now. Hopefully we get to see her beautiful face.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the, yes, okay.
Good, Jill. Thank you for that. Thank you again, Jill, for yeoman's work inviting friends and relations.
Yes, thank you so much.
Jill just has better friends than the rest of us. My friends don't come here.
No.
I make friends here.
Yeah, it's like, what did you say? 1 out of 100?
We're like 3 or 4, maybe. Maybe we're getting into the 5s.
Yeah, yeah. These days in particular, it feels like that. Oh no. Did we lose?
Bounced again?
No, I just think it's, since she's trying to change devices, it kind of gets a little wacky sometimes. Okay. There you go. Well worth the wait.
Well worth it. How you doing?
Okay. Hi, I'm fabulous. How are you?
Really well, thank you.
How are you?
Good, very good, Nicole.
It's good seeing you again.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Okay.
good seeing you dropping in.
Well,
to-
yeah. At first I wasn't going to. Then I said, no, we need to keep this party going. So,
Well, thank you for that. Somebody's got to do it.
right. It might as well be me. Like
Are
I did,
you,
right?
do you have a libation handy?
You know what? I drank it all already.
Well, let's start with a libation first. Cheers.
Okay.
Whatever you
A
got
little
left.
bit here.
All right, beautiful. And now
My leftover
lay it
eggnog.
on eggnog. Oh my God. Karen.
So I have 2 different things. I wanted to kind of continue that conversation that Jill was trying to have.
Okay.
Of can you have too many intentions? I feel like I am the queen of having 1,000 intentions. And I think what helps me is to categorize them. And
Mm.
so, as a lot of your community being entrepreneurs and such, I look at everything in different categories, and then we create an intention for that category that really pulls together everything.
Ah,
So right now, of course, Stephen, that what we've been working on for the past few months
what we've
is
been what?
working what we've been cultivating.
Yeah.
But see, I'm not about to get in trouble.
7 years in, I mean, come on. It's really shocking to me.
Cultivating has been, over the past several months, has been creating, like, literally pulling together these intentions for what I call my categories of life. I'm trying to see, do I have, oh, I don't have the book with me right here next to me. I'm trying to think. So
You're failing on the at the ready part?
right.
Clear?
Trying to think where is it that I could get it
If
from.
you have to dust them off,
No, I mean,
it's a bit of an issue.
look, I'm in the bed. I'm that's in the office. That's all. But
It's also, you're on East Coast time, aren't you?
right. I'm East Coast, so it's my bedtime.
Right.
It's 10:40.
Saturday night at 10:40. It's okay if your intentions aren't.
That is the intention, is to be in the bed. Get my rest. So hold on, I got a book. It's somewhere, because I really do want to read these off to everyone, because I think this might help. So I have my handy dandy notebook, my intention notebook, and we are cultivating in these categories: spiritual, business, intellectual, business/career. So this is, the first business was my actual company, Lifeline Global Consulting. Then business in regards of what do I see me personally doing in business. So that's the difference. Emotional well-being, home life, physical health, personal money life, love life, family life, and social life. And so
Is that like 8 categories or so?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11.
Yeah.
11.
Jill, I'm sure you're hearing this. Oh, do you have earbuds?
You want me to put my earbuds in?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at, see? I got my purse right here. Hold on.
And everything.
Is that better?
I think that's better. Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Would you like me to repeat those categories?
No, I think we got them. So now tell me the next part.
So we
heard you
have.
just fine. I was just having feedback.
Oh, okay. So we are cultivating my intention for each one of those headings. And
so are you saying, Nicole, that within each of those 11 headings, you have even other intentions with like sub-intentions or something? Or
yes,
did you have so many and now you're just focused on these 11 general categories?
the first, a little bit of both. So we have that general intention, but then we can go into a bite-sized intention.
So, giving you an example, I have a health intention, but now I want to go into a bite-sized intention on working out at the gym.
So can you give it? Okay. All right.
What you think?
You just did it. I was going
Oh,
to
okay.
ask you to give an example of the big to the little.
Yeah. So we got a gym, we got how I want to eat. It could be little bite-sized things that in that moment, depending on how I'm feeling,
Mhm.
that's what I'm going to hone into. So instead of just having a whole board of intentions that's just kind of hodgepodge,
Yeah.
I organize them so that when it's time to get up, meditate, read, pray, I know what I'm connecting to. And then when I'm having some issues, I also have something that I'm going into
Yeah.
to meditate on, to feel on, to receive on. And even if I don't read it, if I just pull the book out,
Because
everything is energy. Yep. So and same thing for my prayers. I may not have to rehearse, or I don't have to say a particular scripture. I can just hold it. I can hold that energy and I'm still receiving it.
Yes.
So I wanted to.
Jill, did you want her to do the other ones? Jill is kind of repeating your.
I see. I can repeat it really fast.
Go for it.
I have spiritual life, business, my actual company, intellectual life. So what do I want in regards of it going, like something that JJ said? Oh, she said she's just sharing hers.
I had
Okay,
a feeling
perfect.
that might be the case. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
really good. So this is
so
really good
it's
for you, Jill. I haven't done that, what you're doing. Keep going, Nicole.
okay. So another thing, like
Wait, I have a question. Can I stop you?
yes,
So
yes, you may.
with that number of intentions, and so I was saying, like for me, I kind of listen to inspiration. Something will pop out when I have intention setting time, and I just go and focus on that. How does it work for you with all of those? What do you, and you've got maybe, like I said before, 20 minutes to devote at that moment. How do you decide where to focus?
Energy, going back to energy, going back to
feeling it.
what I'm feeling. I'm listening to inspiration. I'm connecting to what my needs are. What my needs are at the time.
At that moment, right?
So if it is, I think somebody was talking about the voices that go on in your head that's telling you to be critical of yourself. Well, I'm going to my health intention that says I take full responsibility of my physical health and well-being. I feel healthier than I ever felt before, and I feel and look like a teenager. Working out 3 to 4 times a week motivates and energizes me for my healthy lifestyle. Being stronger and having a more toned physique creates a new level of self-appreciation. My body physically works exactly how God created it, and it lines up with the word of God. Sharing my knowledge and wisdom to offer others a new look on having a different eating and exercise lifestyle. So I am cultivating those words in my life. I'm receiving those words on this page and putting it into my heart.
Feeling them, yes. So
because then instead of looking at myself in the mirror and criticizing, oh girl, you've been eating that peach cobbler, everything else during the holidays. You so fat, look at them chubby cheeks. No, I'm looking at my intention. Because I am working out and I am energized and I'm stronger and I have my tone physique and and the feeling that I have looking at my body. So I'm really receiving how I'm feeling looking at my body as though I've already received the 3 to 4 times working out and the
Yes,
physique
that's it.
and
You start at the
everything
end.
else.
You start
Yeah.
at the end.
And then that motivates me to take my butt to the gym.
Right. That's inspired action. That's very
Yeah.
different. Wow, I want to get up and I want to go, as opposed to, oh
Mhm.
God, I should go to the gym. It's been I haven't gone.
No.
Nobody. There's no
Oh,
point
this
dragging
food
that
is so
with
good. This food is so healthy. I love how it tastes. It's so wonderful. I'm so full every time that I eat. So I will continue those, how it makes me feel while I am doing the action that I may not, quote unquote, am used to doing.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And so I want to say two things to newer people. One thing that we haven't even mentioned yet, I don't know how. So our intention setting process is essentially a two-phase process. Phase one, going from I don't know what I want to something clearly articulated, written down, not a syllable out of whack. We read it and we're like, yes, that's phase one. Now that that thing is shiny and clear, the phase two is what Nicole was just talking about, which is really getting the intention from up here in the head, how we think and talk about it, to really how we feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the totality of our thoughts and our feelings combined that create the dominant energy of anything that we're doing that then can attract it in. So it's not ever going to be just enough to clearly articulate one's intention. Then it's time to embody it. And the second thing that I wanted to point out again to anybody who might be new to our process here is this is a really fun part, because that embodiment piece, there's no one way to do that. Everybody's going to do it in their own different ways. Everybody, who was talking earlier about, I think it was JJ, talking about she knows how she learns. She learns by speaking it. I personally learn by moving around and speaking it at the same time, right? Other people, Christy has talked about recording on an app and putting it under her pillow and hearing her talk about her own intentions on a loop while she's sleeping, right? So any or all of these things and many, many more.
And I'm visual. So I have the whiteboard paper in my office. I could show you right quick that I actually write them out. So I'm around it. So
I
while
would
I'm
love if you would show people that. Every time
okay,
Nicole and I are talking, because I got some version of it too. I'm the same.
Yeah.
Kind of very visual. Like if I don't see it, I'm going to forget it or whatever.
So I just don't want to leave it in the book. I want to carry it in my everyday.
Right, and bring it in. Yes, exactly. So this is really the way of things for anybody, again, who's new, and why it's really fun in the intention setting clinic. Not only do we copy or steal people's intentions. Oh, I want that too for myself. I didn't even think of it. But then we really can share with each other how we're doing. Like Jill's question, what do you do when you have so many? Nicole had a very different answer from the answer that I had. And that's fantastic. That's another reason why I like to do it in this format, because we really do learn from each other. So again, I just want to give a big shout out and thanks to everybody from Nicole all the way back to the beginning who comes up here, because as you can see, we all learn from everybody who comes up with anything. Oh no, Nicole. All right, there. Show us.
Okay, I don't know. Okay.
There we go. Look. You got more than that though, don't you?
Oh yeah. So those are those intentions. More words.
Keep going.
More words there. More words. More words.
Yeah. Keep going. Look
more
at this.
words.
Yep. So did you hear what she said before, you guys? She sees it all the time. When I say at the ready, so it's not enough. How many times have we referred tonight to, like, if you have to dust off your intentions, forget, wow, you see how much she has there?
So everything.
So, Jill, can you want too much?
I'm writing.
No. You can't
No.
want too much at all. Think of those intentions, and I think you guys are getting into this. You know, intentions, do they come from our head, or are we kind of receiving them from our higher selves?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
think the
that's
latter.
good.
I think the latter.
Yes.
There are differences between intentions that come from our head and the ones that come from our hearts. We're really only interested in the ones that come from our hearts. If it's coming from your
Mhm.
heart, there's never, ever, ever a reason to squelch it or put it down.
Mhm. And that's the gift, I
Yes.
think, when you start to open yourself through healing, right? Through pushing away from the noise of life, the noise of everything, and really receiving those downloads
Yeah.
into what really is already designed for you. It's now our job to catch up to it.
Yeah.
If anything, it's
And receive
already
it with love.
ours.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
do you have an example, Nicole, of something showing up in a surprising way that you never could have imagined?
Ooh.
Kind of putting you on the spot. I just
I
wonder.
know. Do you have an example of me of something that showed up in my life? I think you got a good one, because I'm trying to think of a good one.
For
There's
you?
so many.
Yeah, I just to give somebody else an idea of why we harp on this so much and how beautiful it is when things really do show up. That
So I'm gonna say my house, my home that I'm living in currently. When I was going through a divorce, at that very moment, I felt like I was just dropped off in this condo, which really felt like a box. And I hated it there, and really sat there feeling abandoned, feeling resentful, everything else. And I think that I was trying to make something work. I'm trying to, find a place to live. The old residue was coming up in regards to feeling like I was going to be homeless again. The residue of all type of thoughts.
So when she says
up.
residue, I dare say Nicole's talking about old beliefs, old experiences that she's largely graduated out of, but still some threads that.
Yeah, it's like a little boo-boo still there.
Yeah. Little doo-doo's still on the shoe.
So I remember us coming together and doing a intention, and I think it's still on my wall. Let me see if I can find it right quick. And once I wrote this intention and really started to rehearse it and pray over it and cry over it, right? Just being transparent. I'm crying and I'm like, you would think I know how to work stuff in this new house, but I still don't. Come on. Why won't you let me be great? Because I am great. Okay. I'm just gonna read it in the dark. Hold on, where is it?
Meanwhile, Jill had money show up from the IRS.
I love that. I love that.
Lila
I'm
had
gonna
her
feel
love
that.
life go in a really good way with her intention.
Alexa, turn office light on. Okay.
We got her out of bed, people. We got her out of bed.
Yeah, I'm out of the bed. Okay, it says, I have a beautiful, organized home that is peaceful and tranquil. I love coming home.
And you wrote that when you were living in the place you didn't like.
I despised.
And now?
And now, so truly,
it was once I let go of that emotion. I let go of the hatred.
You hear this
And
part? So she's got a dump list. She has a dump list of history that has been not good, a dump list that also contains, just belief systems in general about, maybe I'm not getting where I'm wanting
relationships.
to go,
Yeah,
kind of stuff,
everybody
right?
uses me.
And here I am
All of
again
that.
in this
hmm
situation, and yet, not her first rodeo, been doing this work for a while, and ultimately was able to not just craft those intentions and get them on the wall, but to embody them. And then,
Yeah.
as you were just starting to say, as Nicole was just starting to say, and then she let go of it. But she had to let go of all that stuff first. And then that's when the stuff comes
Yeah.
in, which is why the dump list is really, really important. We put our foot on the gas with our intention, and yet we often discover that our other foot is on the brake with all our history and all our beliefs about what's possible, which is why in spiritual workout world, we make the choice to keep our foot on the gas, shiny, clear intentions, and just learn to get our other foot off the brake when we notice
Yeah.
that it's there. And the foot on the brake is the dump list material. And the dump list material is just a series of old beliefs. Sorry, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. No, it was perfect because once I did that and I wasn't concerned, then a situation arose and I had to leave that box of a condo.
Before the new
And
one appeared.
before the new one appeared, yes. And I initially, it's almost like those old beliefs are habits. It's like,
Exactly.
it's like a drug that you're used to going to. It's a drug
Automatic
that you're
pilot.
used to. Yeah. And so it was like, girl, hell no. You better be excited. We getting out this mug. We are free. It was like, oh, we are free. Oh, okay, bet.
Everything means
And
what we make it mean. I'm
yeah,
screwed or I'm free. Make a
I
choice.
am free, baby. I was so excited. And then it was just like, oh, I'm about to move. I started buying boxes. I didn't have a place. I didn't know anything. I was packing up stuff. I was
Thinking about your new
organizing.
place, running that new
Right.
intention.
Because I'm
That's
going to be
it. Packing the
organized.
boxes of all the resentments and all the bullshit and all the history, and
All
keep
of that.
running in your head at a minimum the new intention. Always.
I was having a good old time. I was having a good old time. I'm still going about my business. I'm still going about, taking care of stuff. I didn't even have a clue where the money was going to come from. But it was like, oh, it's coming. It's all coming. I think I got a check of some sort that allowed me to pay the rent and first month's deposit.
How did the place appear on your radar?
Oh, so I am technically a real estate agent also.
Okay.
So I'm looking at homes, and
Through your realtor lens and whatever.
right, through my realtor lens, I'm looking at the list and I'm looking every day at the list and seeing what's out there. And I'm going to see all kind of places. And I would literally walk in a place and I'm like, this isn't it, and walk right back out, right? So I'm just going through looking at stuff. And this particular home came up and I went in it and I said, this is it. This is the home. And I didn't know. Now my credit's bad because, again, going through a divorce, all kind of crazy stuff. So credit's bad. Really didn't have true income because you're an entrepreneur. So you don't have, that's an ebb and flow depending on the situation. I know I shouldn't tell people that, right? Like, it's an ebb and flow, but don't get scared. And I have to convince this man to let me have my home. And I went in there. I was like, this is it. I went back into the house with my son. I showed him the house. I said, I love this house. I want this house. He was like, I really like this house too. But are you sure? The rent was over the amount that I technically should have even been able to afford, even though it really couldn't. But anywho, and then turn around and I said, I told the person, the real estate agent, I want the house and I would like to forego my commission and you can have it. So now the real estate agent was like, girl, come on, let's do this. Because now it was enticing for her. Long story short, I'm in Georgia at a conference. They told me I had the house. The man said that, when am I going to pick up the keys? I told him one day. They said, no, come earlier. And at the conference, I'm praying and I said, God, I would love to have the keys before the new year. This was last year. And before I landed, the landlord texted and said, come and pick up the keys at 2:00. I literally was landing and heading straight there to get the keys. I walk in and the landlord says, I know you. I've seen you on TV. Weren't you on such and such show? Yeah, don't you do this kind of work? Yeah, now mind you, this whole year has been eating out of God's hand, truly. And I think you said this earlier in regards of, I think, another entrepreneur where you're like, what am I going to do financially? But you have to know who you're depending on. And I'm not depending on anyone else. I'm depending on, for me, my faith for God. I'm going to depend on what God has done. I'm going to depend on me. We going to do this. When I tell you that landlord has been the best, been late for rent, he was like, it's okay. I told him what's going on. He has been the most grateful. And what he said to me was he was thankful that he had somebody in the house that really loves the home and is taking care of it as such. So it was like we found each other, like we were brought together, and he needed me, I needed him. And it was because I let go. I let go of the money came, the house came, it was mine. I love my home. I walk into this house every day. I'm like, I love my home. I walk out like, thank you, God, for this neighborhood. I'm right next door to a grocery store. It's like a super bougie grocery store. I'm waving at my neighbors walking past my window. I'm like, I don't know if anybody remembers 227, but I'm like Pearl looking out the window. I'm the nosy neighbor looking at everybody. I know everybody's dog. I'm like, that's who I am. And the healing, it was like I left the old back at that condo and I was able to create the new here.
But it left you first.
It left me first.
It's like what Sarah was talking about. It all left her. She wasn't,
yeah.
Maybe it could have, should have, maybe she would have in time, but that wasn't what happened. And that idea that it gets done to us, for us, is seemingly archetypal for this moment in time for many of us who are new consciousness people. I think it's far more common these days to hear stories like from everyday people like us who go through these massive, crazy, really, the kinds of things that knock most people down and they stay down, kinds of life experiences of loss, loss of money, loss of income, loss of some sense of safety or security, some loss of identity, maybe a different, I had this job for 50 years and now I don't have that anymore, right? I mean, major things, not these minor little things, but, archetypally, we know that the bigger the issue, the bigger the problem, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the opportunity for light and growth, and that's what we're about. And we are doing it. We are doing it. I don't know anyone who's come to spiritual workout for some time who hasn't experienced some major things like what you're talking about, what I've talked about, what Sarah was talking about. It's just, And this
But
is,
it really is because you start to align. You're aligned with truly what your path is. And I
yes,
feel like the BS that's around is those things to try to take you off of that path. And that's why this work is daily. It's
yes,
a daily work. It's a hour by
all
hour
the
work.
time. Yeah,
It is a, thing that you're talking to others about. You're talking to your children, your nieces, nephews, people at work. I mean, I think Carla's still on. She's my business partner.
hmm
We did our intention together for the business.
Conscious entrepreneurship, conscious
Yeah.
business. Yeah,
So this is my life. And it's because I want to be whole, set free, delivered. I want to be full of life. I want to be loving, kind, caring, considerate. I want to be me when I'm 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old. I want to be even more of myself. And so, us doing the work today is going to allow us to be that person when that time comes. And I want to say, hey, I did it. I'm not upset at people. I'm not, like nobody holds anything, any hatred in my heart for anyone. I want to be emotionally responsible and clear with my entire life, and I want others to have the same. And so that's why you are part of our courses and stuff like that, because I know that this is a gift that we're all able to receive. And but just like any gift, you have to work it, though. You have to do your part in the gift. And that is showing up, that is tapping, that is working out your thoughts, putting those things on a piece of paper. Every time I have negative thoughts, I put it on a piece of paper, and then we read through them, and then we tap through it, or we do XYZ with it. Like, this is a norm, because I'm cultivating a life that is of pure happiness, of pure joy. And between my faith, my family, my Carla, my the love, my spiritual family, my significant other, we're it's us. All of that is my family. And that's what I want to make sure that I'm showing up as my full self daily, not for just them, but for me, because I deserve it.
here's to showing up as our full true selves all day, every day. Really good. Nicole, thank you so much for not letting us in.
You're welcome. I couldn't let you in.
And for getting out of the bed for us, and for showing us
Yes, that was
your office situation with all that is my idea of heaven. It really is.
I know. And we're redoing it. Me and you are going to be working on redoing it in 24. So it's going to be even bigger and better. So next year we'll be able to show everyone the updated.
You've set that expectation, so we'll see you back here next year for sure.
Sounds like a plan. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Happy New Year.
So
Happy New
thank
Year,
you
love.
so much, Nicole. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Oh, fantastic. Wow.
Actually, one day when we were having a session on video and she was referring, I said, wait a minute, I need you to take some pictures of all that because I want to show my people.
I know you were having a ball.
I was all, I'm all over it because I'm very visual too.
He's like, I've always whenever you talk about your intentions, whenever you talked about your intentions, there's always a mention of a whiteboard.
Just
I
give me
swear.
some whiteboards, people. And
like, "Really, Stephen? Okay." But,
I would make my entire apartment into just whiteboard, but the funniest thing about this place that I got, which fulfilled everything I wanted, except it has all these, kind of ceilings
oh,
with this stuff. There's virtually no actual regular wall space. I mean, there's tons of it, but it's not the kind you can just,
right, right.
kind of killing me.
Not
So
regular
I'm
wall
still
space.
working that out. Exactly. And you got some 227 fans here, Nicole. So
Oh my gosh, I love 27.
Oh,
It's not 227, Stephen.
what is it?
227.
Well, I didn't watch it.
I know.
I didn't watch
I watched everything. So,
it. You did.
and that was definitely that, and Amen was great too. I loved those shows. Nicole is forgiving you. So that's okay,
Thank
Stephen.
you. Thank you.
Um,
Good.
yeah, so we have sometime we do have technically, because I didn't set up, past 4 hours. So we really have like 4 hours here. And we're like in 3:15 right now. So
Oh, wow.
it's
Time
yeah,
flies.
time is flying when you
All
have
right. So, anybody else with anything, or did Nicole bring
close
us
us
home?
out. Yeah. But yeah, and thank you I mean, Sarah, I don't think she's no longer here right now, but thank you so much, Sarah. So nice to have you here. So I'm happy that you were able to join us, and definitely check us out in the new year when we come back with our weekly slate of drop-ins and clinics. Okay.
Is that it?
I think so. I did want to add something because Nicole brought up the whole health and wellness intention. And that's another one that I definitely started looking at more closely and paying more attention to in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still something that I feel like I've definitely made a lot of progress on, more recently, especially the second half of this year, because I got a lot of answers to what was not aligned with my intention, my health intention.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in terms of health is good, but vitality one, which could be seen. This is when we start getting into like, oh, a lot of intentions. This is actually belonging under this intention. But I do see health and vitality. Yes, you can kind of mesh them together, but like I find I need vitality to be all on its own. Would you agree?
I agree with whatever feels right to you.
For me, yeah. Like it's just a certain aspect of health and wellness
Yeah.
that
I get it.
is, so that's something that I am very much setting
So,
my sights.
are there times where you have felt that full level of vitality? See, Nicole's stealing. Nicole didn't have enough intention, so she's stealing more.
Oh yeah, well, vitality. Yeah, no, vitality
Or
is one
that
that
is.
really gets me going because I feel like sometimes with health, I can see it more. It can be pretty big and broad, and
Yeah.
there's a particular part for me personally that the aspect of health and wellness with the vitality part of it that is like even more of a standout for me,
Mm-hmm.
because it's really important for me. It's a core desire. I don't think it's a head thing. I think it's a core heart desire.
Have you had times where you've really experienced it before?
Yes, I
So the
have.
reason I'm asking is because this is an example of, sometimes we're setting intentions for things we've never experienced. But if we've ever had the experience before, even if it's just been a little bit, or if it's been a lot, doesn't matter. Bring that
Mhm.
stuff in. Start from that place, because then you start from that feeling place, which is obviously critical to the whole project.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good way to go when you can do that.
Yeah, and I think with vitality, um, it's something that I've had my eyes set on for quite some time. And I feel like, this second half of this year, I was able to get a lot of answers to what was not aligned with my health intention. And now that I feel like I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I feel pretty grounded and good in that intention. It's almost like you know that you can survive and now you want to thrive. And that's how I see the vitality part, where it's just like overflow. You know what I mean? And I think I'm just like well suited at this point right now to really set my sights on that more. I think I needed to just get those answers as to what was keeping me in a certain place that I didn't want to be in. And now it's like, okay, I'm out of survival mode, and now it's about thriving with respect to like physical body and energy. The way I apply myself physically, in the world. So that's a really good thing. And another thing I wanted to add before we close out, because it doesn't seem like we have any more, is with respect to Jill and her first question about how we can have too many intentions. So check this out. And I'm not trying to detract from anything that we do here in terms of our intentions and process.
No one way to do anything.
Yeah. So let's but I do want to say that I noticed over the years that we've been doing spiritual workout online and the intention setting clinic, that one of the things that kind of like maintains that resistance to being consistent with the intention setting is this idea that it's like a lot of work, right? And that it's a lot of work. I don't even know if I can articulate that much, just like writing it out. Am I doing it right? Blah, blah. So that's something that I've noticed like over the years that's, kind of like has been a block for some people, including myself. Because it's like a writing exercise or it's articulating exercise. And so I like to get it. I have an editor's cap on, so I like to get it right and everything. But what I've noticed that has been really helpful, and this is as someone that's a little more seasoned, like very familiar with the process and has been practicing for quite some time, is having and this, once again, after you've done the worksheet, like the full thing, but just something that helps you have it at the ready is to have like at the most 3 lines.
Abbreviations of our intentions are fine when they come from a robust, fully formed intention. When we start with a 1-sentence, 5-word phrase and put it on a sticky on the refrigerator, when you do the full thing and then pull from the sticky on the refrigerator, go for it.
And that's why I was trying to say, as someone who's pretty seasoned in this, who has the full on, because I've noticed that, like reading those things through all the time, or like, oh God, I have to go back and, get my mind right. And so like having one way to have them at the ready is to have that abbreviated form at the ready.
Sure. Absolutely.
So maybe do your full on thing, keep fleshing it out, get into it, embody it.
But you have to do that before you do the short version.
Do that first and foremost, because other than that, we don't have anything. But from there, it is useful, a tip. It's useful to have an abbreviated form of it so that it can help you at the ready. Because that's what I do. It's like I'll have like a thing. It's like, oh,
it's an example of what somebody does that helps them to stay intentional and stay intentional.
Clear.
Yeah.
Jill.
Thank you for that. Go ahead.
Jill, it seems like we wait until one intention begins to come in and then go for another. Let's talk about that, the next intention setting.
We
Uh,
will. We will. I want to back up to one more thing about what Nicole was saying. You want to do this first?
Petal says, personally, I feel like I can set many intentions at one time in a flow of inspiration. However, seriously, cultivating too many at the same time can make me feel spread too thin. I can only pay attention to one at a time and have a few in rotation at a time. Great. Yeah.
There you go. See this? Thank you, Petal, because this is it. We're not all doing it the exact same way. We're doing the same thing, but we have our own personal ways that work. We steal from each other. We get different ideas. There's no one way to do it. How we're doing it today might be different.
Plagiarize. We plagiarize.
100%.
You can plagiarize.
Yeah, all the time. When it comes to intentions, 100%.
Yes.
And we also, well, I lost that thread. Anyway, yeah, it's really
It's a
good.
different way we approach intention setting.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to one thing that Nicole said, which really stuck out to me. So when she was talking about creating the intention for her next new home from a not good situation, and looked at a bunch of places, no, and then walked in, it was yes. That yes, that instant yes, this is it, comes from alignment with the intention. If we don't know what we want,
yes,
if we
great.
don't know where we're going, it doesn't matter what road we take and anything, right? But when we're clear about what we want, it is so much easier to bat away the things that are not that and say yes enthusiastically all the way 100% to the things that do, and say maybe to the things that are somewhere in between. But the fact that she could walk in and say, this is it, and to know it, it wouldn't be, there could be 100 in the same neighborhood that would have been equally suitable. I don't know, but this was the one. But it's that yes, that knowing comes from alignment with intention. That's it.
Because she mentioned that. She said, I let go of the resentment. I let go of the how.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which is what we're doing all the time. Foot on the gas, get the foot off the brake. Oh, the foot's on the brake again, get it off. Oh, the foot's on the brake again, get it off. And then one day you wake up, you're like, wow, my foot really hasn't been on the brake at all. Or it was just hovering the other day. Didn't really, really good stuff. Really, really, really good.
I'm really glad that you pointed that out, Stephen. Thank you so much. That was really good. That was really good because it's a great reminder. That's what we do a lot here, folks. For anyone who's new or who doesn't come to spiritual workout pretty regularly, is that we have a lot of reminders here.
That's the whole point.
Of reminders,
to keep the momentum going and not get stuck and not get stuck in the ditch.
Everything is energy. And to keep that momentum going, to get ourselves checking ourselves like, oh, wait, because it's very, it could be habitual to fall into habits.
Well, we're just creating new habits. That's all.
Exactly.
We're creating the new habits. So Christy is she's reached the tipping point where she's no longer having to fight and argue and bat down that old stuff. She's made that shift in her being, right? So now it's a new default and a new habit. And and then we're home free. Free, and more free.
Exactly.
Delilah?
Well, thank you so very much to everyone who came on up and shared, everyone who joined us and were sitting around and supporting one another, all the love, all the support, all the intention, all the toasts, all the championing. Thank you, Stephen.
Really and truly, thank you for doing your part there so I could do my part here.
Well, I just really love the fact as well. I mean, a little behind the scenes info, folks, but I love the fact that we could go 4 hours straight and no intention. Like that really
it's a luxury.
Put me
in first class this year.
We weren't able to do exactly another level. We're taking it to another level. Okay.
We're not going back. John Bell, you are very welcome.
Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for the toast. And I look forward to knowing who you are.
Exactly. So as I mentioned earlier on
Amazing.
our broadcast here, hi Alta, thank you so much,
Thank you,
Alta.
Alta. You as
The
well.
recording for this year's 8th annual Resolutions, SHMEZOLUTIONs online intention setting party extravaganza.
I
It
love
will.
making people say that.
I know.
It's
I
really
now
my
know.
favorite part.
The replay is going to pop up automatically right when we end here. It will just pop up automatically right where you see myself and Stephen on the screen.
Cheers,
If you want
Tyler.
to look at it at a later time, you can do so by using the same link used to join this Res Schmez extravaganza. Anything else, Stephen? Oh, and by the way, as we noted throughout the course of the night, this is a major extravaganza, a preview of what you would expect, except it's a little bit shorter. It's about an hour long. It's about an hour long, but we hold a weekly intention setting clinic that takes place every Wednesday. Okay. It takes place every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 60 minutes of pure intention setting. So it's setting intentions, embodying intentions. What happens? What do we do when we can't or find ourselves having a lot of difficulty in aligning with intentions? All of that great stuff is what we tackle in our 60-minute intention setting clinic. Every Wednesday, once again. Yes.
And I want to call attention to what I think is one of the best features on spiritualworkout.com right now that I don't think most people realize. That is our calendar page. You can go to any of our drop-ins or clinics that we've been talking about. And if you're not sure and you're not ready to subscribe monthly, you can go a la carte to any or all of our drop-ins or clinics and just kind of pay as you go. By signing up right on the calendar. Just click on the drop-in or the clinic that you're interested in on the date. There'll be another little link to go right to the Crowdcast page. You sign up like you did for tonight, except you'll pay a little something. And you can easily do it that way without making any other commitment. You give Crowdcast your email address and us your email address, and that's basically it. You're already in the system. So that calendar is really good, especially for those of us who are here and want to share it with other people. But if you're new tonight and you think, yeah, maybe I'll drop in sometime, use the calendar to go right into any or all of the events. I think it's a really excellent feature and it works well. So
great.
I encourage you to take advantage of that. To the new people who are still here, it is really nice to welcome and have you here.
And you can get a taste of what we cover, what we do here in Spiritual Workout World.
And as we say goodnight to our 8th annual, I will reiterate that choices abound. Y'all could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. A lot for you, means a lot for us, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes. Just another thing, what you'll also see on that calendar, beyond the weekly intention setting clinic, you'll also see our weekly online drop-ins. That is the place where anyone with any problem, issue, question, topic that they need some working out on, we have that every Monday, our weekly online drop-in where we work out whatever it is that you need to work out using the 15 spiritual workout concepts. That takes place every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It goes for 90 minutes. And then every Tuesday is what we briefly mentioned here and what Stephen suggested I do whenever I'm feeling a little bit of steamroller action with the way I like to apply my self-intention. Our EFT tapping clinic, that is taking place every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 60 minutes of EFT tapping, when why to tap. That may be another little story to sort of, it's a certain kind of practice that we do in order to tackle any kind of physical issues, emotional, spiritual, difficult people, limiting beliefs, the whole gamut. Like, it is right there for you. Again, every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, I talked about Intention Setting Clinic. So all of that you'll find on that calendar link. If you'd like to check us out a la carte, you can do so right there in that calendar link. Or if you feel like, you know what, I just want all of it for a nice old price of $50 a month, you can go and sign up, become a subscriber right there in the green tab right there, right below where Stephen and I are on the screen. Right. I think that's it. Stephen, you good?
We
Okay.
did it again. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Well, thank you,
Unplugged Day.
everyone. Have a happy new year. And let's start this 2024 intentionally. Bye.
See you next year.
Cheers.